make me lose my mind, and I don't understand why you don't notice me. It really isn't fair to me. Why can't you just let me be? Every day I pass you in the hall, on to way to class, but she don't even notice who I am. Every day I look at you, I think that one day she will be with me, and I don't understand why you don't even notice me at all. It's like every single day I look at you and I just want to say that I love you, but you don't even know my name or know who I am. It's like every single day you don't even try to look at me or even speak to me. Why won't you notice me? All I want to do is be free from the agonizing pain. Please won't you notice me? Please even talk to me. Just please say something to me. No, I don't understand. No, I don't understand. I know it's like your head's always in the bush. You won't even bother to put it down and take a look and even know that's what I'm gonna do, but you know I don't understand, no, I don't understand it at all. Why won't you fucking notice me? Please tell me why won't you even talk to me? What did I ever do to you? Do you hate me? No, I don't understand why you won't even talk to me. It's like I am nothing but a flirting. Why can't you see that I am not safe to go? I don't understand. No, I don't understand why you won't look at me. Please, baby, tell me why you won't even talk to me. Do I really look that ugly, or do you just not care about me? Please, won't you notice me? I'm begging you, please just put down the book and talk to me so I can finally be free from this agonizing pain that you have put on me. Please set me free from this agony. Please, won't you just talk to me? Please, baby, I'm begging you, please just talk to me.
Phenomenal song, phenomenal work. And let me check this really quickly. Wow, that's a controversial stance. I don't think you have to agree, though. So I think pretty much everyone who didn't just find Cyrax through Turkey Com found the whole documentary to be woefully unsatisfying, because it doesn't really tell like the whole story. And as somebody who's like been pretty involved with Cyrax, I found it to be very underwhelming and unsatisfying as well. And then I started thinking, like, what would the ultimate Cyrax documentary, or at least a satisfying and satisfactory documentary, even look like? I don't think it would be 2 hours. Like, I don't think 2 hours would be enough to tell all of the arcs, to feature all of the footage necessary to show, I don't want to say development. It's more of like a degeneration. And it would definitely take like a lot of work. It would definitely take like a lot of time. And I think it would take somebody who's been there and watched it all happen. And there's very few people who have seen that. There's just so many different arcs. It obviously started off with like the Bender Boys shit, right? And Unfortunately, at the time, like when a lot of like the day oneers, I think I throw this out there too, and this honestly disgusts me. But there's like a three-letter name that starts with a C that's associated with Cyrax, and it's not CGC, like the ultimate artist, like possibly the greatest Cyrax content creator. Spuds McGee's been there every step of the way, every step of the way. But the fact that CGC is not the most referenced, or not even referenced, but most associated with Cyrax, three-letter name that starts with a C, is disgusting. Like, because CVG, right? See, how disgusting is that? That CGC is not even like the most uh, respected Cyrax content creator. It's disgusting. Like that, you know. I don't think the guy's got the time or the interest to put together what it would take. It'd be so much work. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too. You know, in reality, this will take a lot of organization and a lot of work. And if I'm being honest, like that's not really those aren't really my strong suits. Um, that's a fact. I mean, like I have enough self awareness. Not now good. Okay, this is serious. Not now because this is serious. So the question is, would this even be possible? Will this even be possible? Um, I don't know. When are we going to get a Cyrax documentary from the Goon Squad? Well, when Raxcoin comes out and gets like an IPO, willing to help? Yeah, man. I see. So the thing is, like, I can tell you this. Like, when I first found the guy, you know, and this is my favorite quote in the world. It's like your grandparents telling you, I had to walk up 10 miles to school both ways. 10 miles both ways. And the equivalent of that is when I first started watching Cyrax, there's 3 people in his chat, and I was 2 of them. I'll tell you this. Shortly thereafter, there's 10 people in the chat, and Spuds McGee and Gigi Aline in the snow. Exactly. They were in the next 10. They were in the next 10. But everything thereafter, up until probably shortly after 3-3, was pretty magical. The Bender Boy shit was great. After that, my man, what up, brother?
What up, man?
Chilling. Um, yeah, I mean, like, it sucks to see our story come to an end, and it is at an end, but it should ultimately be told right, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. There's just so much. Like, there's a ton of stuff. Like, how do you tell it? Because obviously, Turkey Tom, he got lost in the details. Going through those Facebook posts and stuff like that, trying to tell it. Like, there's so many details. He got lost in them. Like, I don't really blame
Well,
him for getting lost in those details. You
keep
know.
this in mind too. The guy makes like, people are talking like 20K a pop, which I think is inflated. Like, do you want to risk that racket and like actually putting in the time to get a strike in your channel? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
Um,
I mean, I think you could tell it without the strikes. You could censor what needed to be censored to stay in line with TOS, but you know, I just think he missed it, man. He dropped the ball. Like, Facebook posts aren't the Cyrax story. Like, there's just so much time spent on that. Like, going back to a Facebook post to kind of like ground an event or complete the lore, the cycle of the lore or something like that. That's fine, but to just pick through the Facebook like a timeline, it's just monotonous. It doesn't serve any greater good of a story or anything like that.
no. So I'll say this: like the story. I was talking with Berger the other day, and I know he like hates being included in any of this, but
Yeah, he really does.
understandable. I mean, it's more than understandable.
Yeah.
Um, I was talking like this could just be minimized to, um, you know, flashing, freak out, flashing, freak out, flashing, freak out, punch in the face, the end, you know?
Well, after a certain time, I mean, after what, the Tange period, I guess that would be, you know,
You know,
after the suicide 2 times or whatever. Like,
yeah. And you know what's fucked up too is like he includes Chuck Stiegel and all this moosh on Chuck Stiegel. I think Vadi would be a much better side character.
yeah, same here. Like I don't know, man. Like Chuck, I don't know. Chuck's an interesting guy, but not, you know, I don't know. He doesn't really. Sure, he has his, you know, part of the Cyrax world, and he, you know, he was a, you know, an early friend or foe of Cyrax, I guess, but it doesn't. It's not part of the story, really. It's just, you know, details. It's all it is. You know.
So I'm going to ask you this: like, when you were definitely there all along the ride through the Bender Boys days and the Juggernaut days.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when you first saw him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You'll never
Fucking
forget it.
Crack Rock Chris is I was just like chilling with him, and he played Gucci's video where she was doing her Juggalo squirter thing or whatever, and you know, and I was like, who is, like, it just, I was fascinated by him. One look, and the thing is, I had already been talking to the Bender Boys like 6 months prior, because like Juggalos was always kind of like a well I dipped into, you know. Yeah. So, but
I can
yeah,
tell you
I
this,
don't
like,
know,
when I
man.
first saw him, he didn't really intrigue me. Like I was already playing around with a couple of them, like Marcus and Eagle Cat and the boys. I guess I was like kind of consumed. But like when I heard he was responsible for, you know, Candlesmith's death, you know, like then I was like, maybe this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bad guy. Marty, take me out. Okay, like, well, I'll let you on for. Look, we're already getting sidetracked here. Malky, I'll let you on, but you need to issue a proper apology. And until then, like, we're not just gonna get. So I'm starting to realize this will never happen. Like I'm like, if 12 minutes in, but Malky, you're gonna
Rat
come on.
bucket. Rat
Yeah,
bucket.
you're gonna come
Rat
on.
bucket.
You're gonna come on and be very apologetic. You know what? like already, yeah. Okay, all right. So, maybe this needs to be done like earlier in the day. I'm not entirely sure. All right, Malky. You know what? I don't think you. What if Wings fought Marty? I'd fight Wings, but I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think that'll ever happen. Apologize now, Nick. What do I have to apologize for? Why does Malky hate Gigi?
It's starting, man.
Yeah. Why does Malky hate Gigi? Well, because Gigi called an organization that Malky's. What the fuck? I'll send you another link, Malky. Like, he's saying, what the fuck? What's what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You know, I guess Malky's been like
He's
very.
a delicate guy, man. He's very sensitive. You know what I mean? I like Malky. You know what I mean? I don't care what he thinks of me. It doesn't really bother me. But you know, I do like him. He's an entertainer, and you know, I definitely am entertained from what I see. So, you know, that's all I care about.
So what's the opposite of a rat bucket?
I don't know, man. I'm not even sure. Like a faux piece,
Post
a
server.
fat piece.
Fine, Marty. I only half answered what? I don't remember being asked any questions. The Area 51 rider. That's not Malky Woodland.
No, man. I don't even think he's here, man.
No,
I don't think
you don't think he's in the chat? No, I can tell you he's been. Hey there, Marty. I've been watching your Cyrax videos there, and you know, I think you're a really cool guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He talks about.
I haven't seen that. Yeah. No, I haven't watched him actually, so I don't know what he's been saying.
After he was so disrespectful to you, like, you know, I had to distance myself. Like,
I've seen some clips of him like smashing up a chair and fucking, you know, just being a wild man. So
yeah. I got nothing to
but I
apologize
mean,
for. All right, Malky. So here, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes and come back with a better attitude. So like,
yeah.
So I think like the Gucci's video with the Juggalo Squirters, maybe like 2 weeks into it, but like that's considering it's been like sad to say, and this is pathetic, but like 4 years, like
Fuck, man, it has. It's been a while. Like
yeah,
it seems like it's not a long time, but at the same time, it seems like forever too. Like, so
that's
it's
life. That's
kind of
life,
weird,
man.
man. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I don't know.
like,
It's like, where did the time go? But fuck, man. You know, it's like 2019. I think like the fall of 2019, the summer, late summer, middle of the summer, around that, something like that.
yeah,
I
I
think.
agree with Comrade Kuhn. Turkey Thomas, the main character of Film Finance Ready. Well, that's going to be the main character for the next decade. You know, and that's not it's not anything that I really want to watch, but
Yeah. I mean, you know, if I had to, you know, pick a good point to start, I would have started with Candle. You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of an event that sort of, you know, created a lot of the contentious issues that he stood against, that you know, was the oppositional force that Cyrax was, you know, and made him, you know, such a interesting guy to, you know, be, you know, to talk to and stuff like that, because he was just so defiantly oppositional, like for anything and everything, you know. Like he would
well,
just stand in an opposition, you know. If you said you know, red, you know, he was going with blue, you know what I mean? Like it's just how he
so
was.
strangely enough, like I had seen him maybe like a couple weeks before, like I offered him the record deal, and like I saw a guy that honestly I felt bad for. Like
Yeah,
I was like, man, this guy, he's probably lives like a very dark life. Like people probably give him a hard time. I was busy with other Juggalo tards. Thank you, Crook,
yeah,
by the way. Um, and it wasn't until I heard that he was responsible for Candle's death that I was like, whoa, this is a guy that deserves some consequences. I guess like even at that time, and the details came out like a little bit after that she was never killed herself, and it was all just like a clearly
right.
concocted fraud. Um, did you do any digging and like determine like
Well, I think Heather knew, like when Heather came
yeah,
into the picture and started like dropping little hints or something like that. I think that was when it kind of started really kind of dawning on me. I didn't even really care, honestly, like because I didn't know Candle. I just heard this story, you know, and I just thought it was kind of crazy, honestly. Like I didn't even think it was
uh,
like a real person or anything. And I wasn't even sure.
Spud said I came around 2021, so you lied to me. Like I can't believe that anyone on the internet would ever deceive me. Like wow, I'm gonna need like a moment to like process that.
Remember there? Okay, like there's like AAA Gamer. I'm just trying to think of some of the names that were in like the early Cyrax. There wasn't that many, man. Like there's a few that aren't around anymore either. Like there's always like I don't know why I just think of AAA Gamer because he was just everywhere back then. But I don't
Well,
know,
I remember
man.
AAA Gamer coming in with like the tonic and sales.
Yeah, that's he
Yeah.
get hooked up into that. Maybe that was it. So
I would say
yeah,
tonic came in maybe like in like probably like 2 years after. Like I
yeah,
would guess.
about that. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because like BK used to not like how people, you know, were interested in Cyrax. He kind of tried to save Cyrax a few times. He was not happy with that. I
well,
remember.
so and I can't say it was calculated, but I guess it was advantageous that after the 14-year-old girl thing, like all gloves come off. So
Right.
it,
Yeah.
it did bring in like a whole bunch of chuds, but it also like kind of allowed anything and everything to happen to the guy without
Right. That's
yeah
true.
yeah
Yeah.
um
Because before that, people were like, "Oh, you know, like leave him alone," you know, and
mm.
yeah. I mean, not that he was ever going to be left alone,
No,
but you know what I
no,
mean. Like,
no, 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 no.
I mean, some people felt bad, and like I get it. You know what I mean? It's easy to just have a surface level understanding of what's happening and think that, you know, here's this, you know, very unfortunate man, unfortunate looking with unfortunate genetics, and you know, like he's got it rough. You just take a look at him and realize that, you know. But it's despite all of that stuff that
And
he's
somebody got a
interesting.
notepad here. Like that's my word processor notes. Okay, So, and I think that's probably like the first and the foremost. Like, here's a guy who everyone normally should feel bad for, and a lot of people do. In fact, I did as well.
Yeah.
He somehow, he's able to just mitigate any sort of goodwill through his sheer terrible attitude.
Yep. It's pretty amazing, really. You know.
Yeah, everyone should feel bad for him, but everyone hates him. Like, I was born 1 pound 10 ounces. He's got weak wrists. He's not like a very sightly guy. But
yeah, I mean, it's just a whole lot of like, misfortune, but at the same time, you almost think, if there is a God, I think maybe he got it right, like, cause
yeah, like in hindsight, like,
I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I don't know.
Like, there's a quote from Curb Your Enthusiasm, like, you get the face you deserve.
Well,
I mean,
that makes sense, I guess.
yeah, so I guess, like, why would everyone like hate him? You know what I mean? Like, he's an ungrateful person, for one. Like, I think the best example of that, like, feel however you want to about Risky buying him the computer. Never said thank you. Never said thank you. Can you imagine that?
Yep. Yeah, I could imagine. I could have even predicted that. But I mean, I get how like people like Risky, they come into it and they see like this big, and at the time when Risky came in, there's a pretty large community, and he saw this, a big force in this, one midget, ugly weirdo, being kind of like stepped on. And I can understand, like, and that's the thing, I always kind of understand how, Cyrax picks up his supporters, because it looks bad initially, like, you know what I mean, like, to people who don't really understand what's going on, and they come in and they see it, and it looks bad, it is a bad look, but
oh fuck, man, wow. Well, I'm gonna give you another opportunity here, Melky. Another opportunity. Like, here's,
yeah, but once you understand like the story a little bit, and it doesn't even take long, like you just see this guy and you're like, oh my God, man, like, he deserves it all, he deserves the worst, like.
Well, so I can say that I learned that he's a very passionate musician. I was a big fan of Bam Ranch at the time, and I just wanted to go in his chat and ask him, like, hey man, like, so I'm a big record guy, like, would you be willing to work for my label? He's like, yeah, man. Oh, sure. I'm looking for like proper representation for the longest time, like,
yeah.
So I'm like, well, I represent an artist named Grant McDonald. Have you ever heard of him? Like, like, he makes good tunes. And he's like, okay, so Melky. Hey, Melky.
Melky.
All right. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Hanging out.
How's the club scene?
What you got there? Were you showing something there?
Oh, hell yeah. So what the fuck do I got to apologize for, Bertie? Tell me what I got to apologize for.
You disrespected my club member, Gigi Allen.
Excuse me?
You disrespected him.
It's all I want to know.
Like, so he considers you, and like, he doesn't even think you're a member of this club/gang, but he said that the Hells Angels are a gang and not a club.
They're a gang.
Okay.
What do you mean? Am I on here or not? I'm on your fucking.
Yeah, you're on here. So they're a gang.
I thought they were a club.
I said they're a gang, did I?
No, I said they were a gang.
Yeah.
I said. Hold on, please. Well, yeah, listen to me. I'm live on my channel, but I want to say this, okay? I said they're not a fucking gang. I said they're a club.
Well, Gigi thinks they're a
I
gang.
don't know. I don't even know what
Gigi,
you're talking about. I'm
No,
just saying, look, why is this going on, Marty?
well, so I've been live for a few days. Like it's no slight against you. I got nothing but respect for you. But Gigi Allen like feels a little disrespected.
a little
Like,
bit, yeah.
yeah. So like, what
Oh,
is
Listen,
a
man,
gang?
hold up. I'm not.
We need to define like what a gang is. You know, like what would you consider a gang? I mean, I know, and I researched this with the Juggalos. Like in America, a gang is 3 or more individuals who use matching hand signals, insignia, or matching garb, who are engaged in criminal activities, and like in the states.
Marty, I got a question for you, Marty. Hold up. Wait a minute. Marty, can
Okay,
I ask you a question?
sure. I'm waiting. Formulate the thoughts. Think. Wow.
I think he's watching through his stream or something. Like,
I'm watching it on my phone, man.
Okay. Okay.
well, you got a question? What is
Yep.
it?
Are you an MSC? Are you a fucking prospect?
Am I a prospect?
I'm not watching it through my screen, right? Oh my Jesus Christ, man! How come how come this is taking so long to get through?
No, I'm not. I'm not a prospect. I was never in any gang.
What about the Butterscotch Boys?
Oh,
What about
My
the
voice
Butterscotch?
is so delayed, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go on with Marty here. My voice is delayed, man.
sure. Okay, so yeah, I'll answer any questions. I mean, well, I'll go 2 for 1. I'll go 2 for 1. You can ask me 2, and then I'll answer both. So, what is a gang to you, Malk? Like in America, like as per the law, a gang is a group of 3 or more individuals who are matching clothing, insignia, and or use similar slang, who are engaged in criminal activities. And it only needs to be like a couple of the prongs. Now, for the Hells Angels, they definitely wear matching garb, right? They share the same insignia. I don't know if they use hand signals, but from what I understand, they seem to be involved in criminal activities. Like, so it's a gang. You know?
I mean, you're never gonna get Malky to say that, though.
Well,
We're not fucking involved in nothing, boy. What are you talking about?
so you're not involved in the Hells Angels?
Are you guys fucking stupid, boy? Listen to what you're saying, man.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Malky can't answer that, man.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think there's like plenty of examples.
Marty, do you fucking respect me at all? Do you fucking respect me or no?
Yeah, so that's a big part of any organization is respect. And me and Gigi Allen are in a club.
I'm not fucking answering nothing like that.
Okay, well, so look, I'm not gonna ask you to answer that. You do have to apologize to Gigi.
I'm not a fucking. Hell, Malky.
Calm down. Like, if Gigi, you can't be angry at Gigi Allen for thinking they're a gang based off of everything that he reads and observes.
Too much crosstalk here, man. Too much crosstalk. Like,
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean,
Who's saying what?
I didn't even really mean to even call them a gang. I just misspoke, But whatever. Because
I really want to have
myself.
a conversation with you guys, boys.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, so let's imagine that you are a member of the Hells Angels and Gigi Allen is a high-ranking member of the Butterscotch Boys. You disrespected them. Like, Milky, I thought you understood how things work, but the fact that you don't makes me question.
You know
if you've
what,
ever
Marty?
been-
I'm going to tell my opinion, okay? Listen, hold up. Can I give my opinion? Can I give my fucking opinion?
Sure. Wait for the delay.
I understood how things were.
No, this delay is very
Oh,
rough.
yeah, God. I don't understand how things were.
Gee, should,
Do I have the floor now? Can I say it?
yes. This is
Yeah, yes, you can, Melky. You could say
yes,
it. You know,
yes.
You know what, Marty? You get your here's my opinion. I wanted to come on and talk about that fucking diddler. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, you
Well,
it's in the fucking head.
First things first, Malky. First things first.
My voice is too delayed, man.
A proper apology needs to be issued before we can proceed. You know what this feels like? It feels like chess by mail. You know what I mean? Like it's like
it definitely does.
yeah.
Melky, are you watching like this through your YouTube or something? Like,
Am I watching what?
are you
No, I'm
watching
fucking
this?
talking to you, mate. I'm ignoring my fucking YouTube. I'm talking to you. I'm ignoring my YouTube.
Okay, it just seems like the delay is excessive, man. Something's not right with the delay like this.
Okay. I mean,
I can't tell if he.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah. It is hard. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. Maybe try to hop out and join back in or something.
yeah. Okay.
Is it any better now?
Maybe.
No,
I
Malky.
shot my Wi-Fi. I'm using my data.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
better. I can tell it's
yeah.
better.
Oh, okay. Okay,
All
excellent.
right.
Okay. So
Now, Marty,
yes,
I'm
sir.
going to tell you my opinion. Listen, hold up, wait a minute. I want to tell Marty my opinion on them.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
always said since I met you about that.
Okay, the delay seems to be
Fuck it.
ongoing here. Oh, and there he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure he's gonna.
I don't know, man. Like, it shouldn't even be like that, even with like shitty internet or whatever. Like, Malky, if you're listening, just don't do video when you join back in. That should probably help with your latency, man. You should clean it up a little bit.
I'm just thinking about like the package here, and for me, a large part of Malky is the stare. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I wonder if he gets
When
angry.
I looking at you, when I looking for you.
I wonder if, like, as he gets angry, if his eyes go further apart.
I think they do, man. Like,
I mean, I haven't watched enough to really make that determination. But man, as far as like this thing actually getting completed to a satisfactory level, like I got to admit here that it seems doubtful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. Like everybody knows it's a lot of work, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's probably worth doing. That's like really I would say it is, but I don't know, man. Everybody's heart isn't in it anymore. Like,
no,
I mean,
but if like the defining story being told is Turkey Tom's documentary, man, I can't accept that. I just can't. You know, like everything that we've seen. I don't get Spuds. It's over. But the story it needs to be told. Like it almost needs to be told. I feel and like in a proper way. it would take a lot. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it does need to be told the proper way, but you know, the the only way it's gonna work is if you know, somebody, like you said, somebody who's been around and knows all these events and kind of like how they, you know, changed people's sentiment and opinions and the different factions of people and how, you know, they saw things like you know, there was in the beginning not many people were really interested in Cyrax, even though he was around and coming on panels. Like it was only a few people who kind of like saw the magic of Cyrax. Like, but as time went
well,
on, you know.
as you're telling me, I don't mean to be like egocentric here, but uh, I've, I guess, and this could just be, like I'm not really much of a watcher. Like I like to be like kind of a player.
Yeah.
I guess since I checked out, like there didn't seem to be a whole lot of magic.
Mm. No,
Um,
but I mean, like I was saying, like, you know, the Cyrax, you know, the story that's interesting and the reason why people are fascinated by him, you know, he couldn't have done that on his own. You know what I mean? It's not just Cyrax, you know, because Cyrax was online, you know, forever. He was online for 10 years before any of this shit happened. So, you know, I mean, it is your story too, because you built Cyrax. You built him um into like what he is today. Like it's just a fact, you know, and anybody who doesn't mention that or fails to like even realize that, they don't even understand the story. They you know, like that's what I mean. Like they just fail to even get it. They just don't even get it. Like, and I don't know, man. Like without telling that story, you know what I mean? Like then that's the Cyrax story, really, to me anyways. It's the at first, like you weren't even streaming, you know, everybody else was streaming. Tonic was supposed to stream all that shit in the beginning with the diamond boxes and all that shit, and
the
then
diamond, yeah,
yeah,
sure.
and then you know, then you just said fuck it and started streaming, and you know, like it's kind of history in a way, like, and you're just asking Cyrax for um you know, discussion and an apology. Like that was simply it. If he would have apologized back then, like, you know, I mean, I don't think we would have ever left him alone, but that was always what the promise was, you know. It was kind of like left up to him, you know, how he wanted his, you know, persecution to go. Like he could have ended it at any time, you know. It was always there's always, you know, the carrot and the stick type of reward battle going on.
Well, yeah, because he's always looking for someone to blame for his inability to succeed in the music industry. It used to be his looks, right?
Mm.
Um, like the record labels would, and I only know this like after the fact, like watching his older stuff, but it was his looks. And then it was he needs to look after his grandma and kind of be like a guard dog for the house. Um, but I guess then it was after like the whole Bender Boy saga. Like that's when he made it. Like that's when he was like probably at his happiest, I think.
Mm.
Until it dissolved, and then even though I'm not fucking around with him, like I've heard through the grapevine that, um, I'm still preventing him from realizing his dream.
He'll fucking be yelling bloody murder about you for the next 20 years, man. Like he's it's just so ingrained into him now. Like he will never stop. You know, it's always going to be Marty, Kate, and whoever the, you know, catch of the day people are that are covering him.
Yeah, I almost wonder, especially with like as many eyes on him as ever, it would be like the death of an actual record label. But I think if there's somebody shameless enough, like, well, I suppose like the Lol Cow podcast, right? Like paying Cyrax to
Yeah.
come on.
Oh my god, man. To me, that's just like, I don't even know, man. It like makes me sick, really. Like it just like it's like everything, you know, that ever was like the rule in this whole shit was never give Cyrax money. You know, it's just always been don't buy him shit, don't give him money, like period, you know. So to pay him,
Fucked up that even in that documentary, like for a whole bunch of new eyes, that wasn't clearly illustrated. Like, no mention of it even. I saw Bass Shaman cover the documentary, and he was like, he was shocked. He started illustrating the comments like, never give him money, never be his friend.
Mhm.
It's I don't know. No mention of William in the documentary. Like, how can that be?
Yeah, like I don't even think whoever did it, like I don't know what their due diligence was on researching this. I think it maybe was some Kiwi Farms threads, and then they went on their own into the Facebook and got lost in the Facebook in the details or something. Like he obviously has like a team or somebody that helps him put these videos together. So, you know, like whoever his research team was, like they should have reached out, you know, into the community and said like, hey, we're doing this documentary, like help us out. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, they could have
Um,
gotten in contact with you. Like that would have been the really like that would have been the proper way to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, so here's the thing. Like at the time, like I'm not sure I really would have even interacted much. Like maybe like okay, whatever. But I wouldn't have like went back and forth. I would assume it would have been handled properly. And I guess the only thing that's really kind of reinvigorated my interest was the story being told so improperly.
yeah,
Um,
I know it really just does it injustice, and you know, because it really there is so many fucking like just magical moments, man, just incredible stuff. Like, and I've been on the internet since 1993, and this Cyrax shit, man, it's the best. And I was around for like the Chris Chan shit and a lot of stuff. Like I've seen a lot of bullshit, man, and like this Cyrax story, like this, that's just the whole thing. It's just I don't know, man. It's just some magic to it. There's just really just had such incredible moments. Um, the story, people don't even know the whole story. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the story is a story. Like so, it's like a story inside a story, and it's an interesting tale, honestly. Like to tell it right, like, but I don't
so
know.
like I can say this, like when he would start freaking out and his eyes would start bugging, it would give me like a natural high.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
you know, like your heart would start pumping.
Oh my god, it was the best, man. Like
Yeah,
I yeah, I
like
loved it. Like I just was oh my god, man. Like when would go away, like for those little times when he'd get
no
girlfriends and stuff
Joe.
like that, I felt like I was on withdraw, man.
Yeah,
Like
for sure, for sure, for sure. No, I mean, yeah, like you've been on the edge of your seat, like, man, when's he gonna pick up? Like, when's he gonna pick up? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it was, and for just something that you watch on the internet to give you like those same effects, like for the positive and the negative, like there's something strong here, and the Turkey Tom thing, like, I don't know, I don't see how anyone could really, I guess you could try it and be like, well, okay, that was all right, but it's not like something that you would like steal things from your family for, you know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna like steal an old lady's purse for.
Hmm.
How would you like? I don't know. Like I think there's something like various arcs. Like his rage is always it's always like the same quality, I guess, but like I guess maybe like building up to elicit that was also kind of
Like
part
the
of
rages, they did get better too. Like that was the thing too. It's like the heroin got stronger, man. Like you know
yeah
what I mean?
yeah.
It it just like everything got more wild and more crazy and just oh my fuck, man. Like yeah.
Ultimately, I think like the essence of Cyrax is his rage.
It is,
Um,
and that's, I think that missing that factor, missing the rage factor, and how that,
yeah,
you know, like literally was an addiction to like the people, you know, covering him and following him and watching him, and why he was so great is because his rage is just invigorated people. Like they just, you know, it was like a payoff. You know what I mean? Everybody just wanted that fucking pure Cyrax rage, man.
yeah. As far as like ultimate rage moments, to me, I think there's got to be one that's clear. After Ed popped in the mouth.
That
And
was good, but I don't know. It's hard to kind of like base them because there's a lot of different rages that really kind of went, to his edge. Like, I don't know, where his eyes would be going two different directions, and he'd be panting on looking into the camera, just panting and
yeah,
fucking just like a fucking rabid animal in the headlights. Like, oh, it was
yeah,
fucking wild, man.
yeah, you'd be like a rabid ferret. You know what I mean? Like been
Like
starved for days.
prairie dog, the way he would
Yeah,
jump and hop when he was yelling. He'd be
yeah,
hopping up and down. Oh my god, man, just so wild.
and he's
Like,
just so
I'd
content
love
now
it.
too.
I just love it. I'd love to see him doing that, hopping up and down and yelling and shit. Fuck, man. I laugh so much in those, like, in the times doing the Cyrax shit, man. I don't know. It's fucking hilarious,
It'll have
honestly.
to be something that's like done like as a community, as a collective. And that's an absolute fact. And it will take like a lot of time, but
Yeah.
if you
I
consider
mean,
all
I
the amount of,
I was organizing everything, and it sucks because, like, about a year ago, I think it was, when I started trying to put everything together. I was going through the archives. I was taking clips out of like different videos, and I was labeling them, putting keywords into them, and bookmarking them, like making a big thing. So it's like, so when you were doing, your live or whatever, and you said, okay, what's that time when Cyrax, did this or did, I could easily, find the clip and pull it up, and boom, there you go. And I had fucking weeks into this fucking bullshit that I was up to, man. And that's when all the fucking archives got struck, and all my fucking links were dead links. Oh my fucking god, man. I just, like, I still have the bookmark folder with them all, and
but
they're just,
it's
all
dead.
the dead links. Yeah.
And
So
like most of like the initial magic too. What's this? Hang on. What the fuck? So, Brian, the kid that I play Discord mini golf all day with, who I lumped him up pretty good today. Like, hey, better sharpen up there, pal. Do I want Keith Jorgensen on panel? He just tried to hire a hit woman.
what?
Yeah, maybe I'm not really in the mind state to be organized and like really sit down and so sure, okay, here, okay, Brian, here, I'll send you. Just tried to hire a hit woman. Okay, all right. You know what? Sure. Well, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I will say this: that if this being completed requires me to be organized and hardworking, like I don't.
Oh shit, somebody did get Romeo stuff. Like, I was out at my camp when all that shit was happening, and I remember just like begging people to download that guy's fucking channel, and Scott Hume's channel too. I remember all that shit there. I can't stand seeing stuff deleted. Like, I never used to archive, but Cyrax deleting his first channel, man, that's what like lit the fire of archiving for me.
It's like wow, like all this
Yeah.
shit's lost. Like we can't ever let that happen again.
Yeah. And nobody was really doing it, and I was like, well,
No.
fuck it, man. I'm gonna do it. Like,
Nobody knew the cycle. Nobody really knew him to the degree that we do now.
true. Yeah. Yeah, it was just gone. Like that, all that stuff, man. It was like years and years and years. Like, that first channel had so much interesting videos, because I used to sit there and just go through his old stuff and watch his old videos, and like, you could tell nobody was watching him, but he'd be like blaming these random people for the stupid shit. It was just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
He was always fighting against somebody. Like,
well, he needs somebody to blame for his
he needs somebody to blame. Like, it's like constant for him. He needs the fucking person, to blame everything that's going on in his life on, because otherwise he'd be a famous Major League Baseball playing rock star, movie star, fucking book writing, whatever, everything, all the things.
Comic book writer.
Yeah, and just mentioning books,
No,
Turkey
so,
Tom
like,
thing.
they completely
No, AJ Vega. He didn't even mention AJ Vega.
the witches.
Yeah, but I mean, AJ Vega wrote Soul Senses. You know what I mean? And the fact that, like, that is such a, like, that really shows who Cyrax is. He published, like, he paid for a book to be made. Put his picture on the cover.
For his mom's birthday.
Yeah, like, it's
when Sally asked, like, what are you doing all day? Like, well, actually, I'm working on a book for your birthday.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
Sally thought he wrote that book.
she was devastated. You know, and it's sad that Tange had to take all those calls to her grave. But you know, you heard a lot of them, and it was just phenomenal.
Yeah. I wish I could I still have the link to the Dropbox, like where it all is, you know what I mean? But
Mm.
I don't know, man. Like
Gotta find
I've
the
always kind of
Dropbox.
like thought
Just
about
same
like trying
number.
to like brute force it or just like try to do something to get in there because you know she was supposed to just give them, like she was gonna give them all to me, and a couple other people were interested too, and like I'm never really pushy about getting things from people, like
Sure.
you know, if people like tell me they're gonna give me something, you know, oh great, you know, sure, but like I won't really like follow up if they don't give it to me. I'll just like whatever, you know, like, and I didn't with Tange, and like I probably should have, but man, some of those calls were really interesting. Like there was one with Ed in there where she talked to Ed. Um, fuck, like all the Sally calls where they would talk about Cyrax and how he's like doesn't take baths and fucking
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember there was one that she tried to record but didn't. But like after she no showed, like Cyrax, um, he was like legitimately crying and wailing after he kicked in his television. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, he broke his
yeah,
screen and
yeah. And you would think that
yeah,
like after
man.
your 30-something-year-old son like breaks all of his electronics that you wouldn't go and buy him new ones, but you got to keep him
Yeah.
occupied too. You know, he's probably just whining so relentlessly.
Well, I think she's a little afraid of him, especially after that attack, and at the same
Yeah,
time, she wants to shelter him and protect him. So you know, like I think that's part of it. It's like the screen is the babysitter. She knows without the screen, without the internet. That's why I think, you know, she lets him yell on the internet and stuff. Is it saves her having to deal with them.
but then again, like when Amtrak's crews start coming by and the police are there like literally every other day,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. I'm sure she questions it at different times, you know, but I think she
yeah,
just doesn't know what else to do.
yeah. Um, I don't know if I don't know. Like, do you think he could do anything like conventional, like part time, even so? Let's say that he worked 20 or 25 hours at McDonald's. Like, there'd still be a lot of time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
How long would he stick around there too? You know?
yeah. I mean, there was that person who wanted to give him a job that time, doing the like building site cleanup and stuff. Like I don't know why he didn't do that. You know, like that's
Yeah, like you go to his door every day, and surprisingly enough, like Sally Ned would be like not interested. Like, I guess at that point, they're fairly jaded, I suppose. Um, but I'd ask like, what would you have to lose? But at the same time, like, could you be some Mr. 38? You know, like just trying to um, take him in the back. Well, he doesn't have a car, but maybe
yeah.
rent.
Well, he doesn't want to do anything because like he used to try. You know, Ed used to try to bring him along to help him do like his little like scrap missions and other stuff like that that Ed was into. And you know, I think he probably went like once to the bottle exchange or something, and that was it. Like he was done. You know, I think he's just like pretty useless as a worker, and he's more of a fucking liability, you know. So I think people are just happy to kind of like leave him at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like in a previous era, like Cyrax would have just been like locked away in a cage in the basement out of shame. You know what I mean? Like,
yep,
um,
yep, that's definitely true. You know, and like maybe that was the right thing to do. Like
well, I mean, yeah, that's
in
that's fairly
extreme
fair.
cases, like him, you know. And the thing is, like, you know, I mean, I thought we were supposed to get a PBS documentary, according to Cyrax.
Fuck
I
yeah.
didn't even hear anything about PBS on Turkey Tom's fucking thing.
No, that's like the ultimate height of delusion. Like when you know group home workers come by to film you for positive behavioral sport things.
Yeah,
To in your mind twisting around to think that PBS news station is doing a documentary on a rock star. Like
yeah.
how fucking warped. Like
Oh my god, man. like he probably still believes that to this day. Like that's the fucked up part. Like he, you know, even though they probably like wanted to see his bed bug bites and all that shit like that. Like they, like I don't know, man. It's weird. Like it's weird that they wouldn't condemn that home with all that fucking shit in his room. Like I don't know. Maybe that's just how Akron is, and they would have to condemn the whole city, or like
I almost think
I
like
don't know. I don't know. It's just like I would never be able to live in a place like that, man. Like it would rats and fucking bugs and fucking skin and scabs and shit all over the. Oh my fucking god, man! It's disgusting. Like
well,
it's gross.
well, thing like maybe could or should be would be like Cyrax's mindset. And to be honest, I still don't really understand like his outlook on the world. I guess it's a part of it is like, you know, so do you think that he believes he has the ultimate talent to succeed? And I'm going to say almost yes, but I'm not sure of that.
I think with the right agent and management team, he could do really well in a lot of different things, like really
Sure.
well.
Oh, no question. No question.
Yeah.
No question. But do you think that he believes that he's like a virtuoso?
Oh, I think he believes it. Yeah, I think he believes. But I think at the same time, I think like he knows he isn't, but I think the way his mind works, he's able to lie to himself. Like he's able to completely like convince himself to continue and to you know to go down these roads. Like and anybody you know who interrupts that fucking thought, you know, and even though he knows like you know if he would step back and like even just for a second like say you know yeah you know to be honest like I just don't think he can be honest, and I don't think he wants to. I think he needs the delusion. Like it's just part of like a carefully crafted survival mechanism. It's just basic instinct, I think, at some point, like where it's only his body and brain that wants to keep, you know, feeding and functioning for life that give him these delusions to help him continue and stuff.
Yeah, because whenever, so if you were to ask him like, how come your albums don't go anywhere? He'd be like, easy, because of you, fuck boy. You know, or like,
Yeah.
But his racing was like one of the greatest examples too. Like, because he would never win a race. Like sorry,
Yeah.
like, how come you always come in last place? Like, you know, dirty drivers, I guess, and like
Yeah.
I'll get it next time.
He hates dirty drivers.
Yeah, but he is a dirty driver.
He's the worst.
Yeah. Rubbing is racing, right?
Rubbing is racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy still could make he beat me though. Dude, it was St. Patrick's Day. Okay. I almost think like so here's the thing. And I'm gonna give credit to Cyrax for this. He was willing to fight me like a month after Achilles surgery, the one time, okay? He's willing to race me on St. Patrick's Day. So like he's not as dumb as he acts or looks.
You know, he really isn't as dumb as what people think. Like, he isn't the most stupid person. Like, he can't do math, and sure, he's like uneducated. That's like 100% true, but he's not dumb, you know, compared to like some people, like RBR, for instance. You know what I mean? Like Cyrax is definitely smarter than RBR. So, but he's kind of like at that sweet spot. You know, he's at that sweet spot to be able to lie and deceive. Kind of like, you know, yeah, he's not smart. He's not intelligent. Like, I don't mean that when I say he's not dumb, but he's like just, you know, he's kind of like in that zone where, you know, deception and all that stuff like that are kind of like, you know, what people like that use to get ahead.
I was shocked when Cyber was willing to take the Hebrew people on board to use the Yak Shema against people.
Yeah.
I don't know if they take it less seriously now.
Well, he flagged and struck my channel down apparently. So
Yep.
And I guess I was mad about it too, but I don't know. I don't remember, but that's what he said. So I'll take his word for it, you know, that he did strike my channel and stuff.
His sense of accomplishment in pressing a button, you know,
it's weird, isn't it? Like it's I don't understand. He did like a 3-hour live stream, like doing freestyle rapping and like cheering himself on, talking about himself in the third person. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got this cyber on the case, big attorney, and I don't know, man. It was ridiculous. Like, I don't even think Cyrax has delusion that bad. So I don't know, man. He pressed a button. He pressed a button. Like,
It's
yay.
really nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, and you know, and like the most fucked up thing is like stupid RBR even said, you guys have my permission to restream my content. Like, you know,
Yeah,
there it is.
I don't even feel that RBR wants to strike channels until
No, he doesn't. He
Apple
doesn't.
Power and Cyber start getting to his head. And
Yeah, man. That's what I mean. And they don't even listen to RBR saying like, you know, oh, I don't mind if people hear, you know, my streams and the truth and all this other stuff, but you know, like Cyber's not even listening. He's in the report buttons there, pressing reports, filing reports, and you know, in his name, like because he's got all his login details to his fucking online bank and everything, man. Like it's elder abuse, really. Like it's you know,
well, I mean, good luck
no, I know,
building and
you
taking
know what I
that
mean.
case
Like,
forward. You know.
yeah, I mean, RBR believes he's like, you know, some great fucking person doing helpful things for him, but you know, all he's done is just like kill his channel. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and I thought you said it best. Like, channel striking is just a race to the bottom. You know.
It is a race to the bottom. Like anybody can press the button. Like it's fucked, man. Like, you know, and the thing is, like, who has more to lose? You know, a YouTube channel, like fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I will not care if I lose the YouTube channel. I'll just make another one. Like, I don't care, man. Like, you know, I'm not doing this to make money or anything like that. Like, so
Yeah, I was willing to pay Truthfinder like $30 an hour just to have 5 RBR streams running at all times. You know, like, and I don't think it would take much time on his end either.
no, I mean, it probably wouldn't, but like Truthfinder is definitely, you know, the one that Cyber seems to want to strike down and stuff like that. But he uses the content ID to match it, and that's why like I have to do transformative shit there if I fuck with this shit. So like that way the content ID doesn't pick it up.
Bank account.
Well, he's got Team Viewer on his computer, and he's probably got keyloggers and all sorts of other bullshit on there. Like, you know how he dropped out the other day? Like that was because of Cyber logging in remotely. I'm sure of it because that's what fucking every time Cyber logs in remotely, you can see RBR's stream like buffer and kind of pause and stuff like that. And you know that's when he's like fucking around and doing shit because it, you know, it just like gives it away. It's like a giveaway.
Yeah, somebody asked like, who is RBR? I mean, that's fuck, man. I mean, like,
I mean, what do you even say? Like, how do you even, you know, I don't know. We're not here to tell RBR's story. So
yeah. 80D, it's
yeah, I'm bad with that too. I fucking get distracted pretty easy.
yeah. So yeah, as far as like a satisfactory Cyrax, it would take like not even just of time like compiling it, but I would think it would take like 10 hours, like of mere footage.
Fuck, it would be a lot, you know. And I think really to tell the story properly, like you'd need a narrator, like classic games, you know, to be in the back, kind of like telling it, because to me he's always kind of like been the voice, the conscience, the fucking voice of the community, like, you know, the person who sits in that theater watching, you know what I mean? And like that video he made with Suplex, you know what I mean? That's how I picture him, you know what I mean? It's like the guy watching it all, you know, and commenting on it and stuff like that, when, you know, sure, like the play is going on and some of us are, you know, in the play, some of us are fucking behind the curtain, but like CGC is in that fucking theater there that's empty, you know, dark, and sitting there watching it, just shaking his head, man. Like,
So
and he's got a time machine. He's got a time machine too, so he's the guy.
So this is a good question. What made him this way? I would say Coddling by Sally.
That's Geno
Um,
Samuel.
who's
The
Geno
the
Samuel?
well, Geno Sam. That's what, like, if you ever watch Chris Chan, Geno Samuel's Chris Chan videos. That's how he starts out every video, with
What
that
made him this way?
that line right there. All those questions. What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? You know.
So I would say, what is the attraction? I would say the attraction is his looks. What keeps us fascinated is the rage. Um,
Hmm.
Personally, what made him this
Thing
way?
is,
So
Geno Samuel never answered those questions. They were merely just asked. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't answer the questions. He asks them and then plays, like, does like part, you know, I think he's up to like part 70 something now. And they're long videos. Like I've watched them all, like, you know what I mean? And each one's like 2 hours long or something. There's like 70 parts. So yeah,
okay,
it's a
seeing the
rhetorical
questions
question.
literally. Well, okay, so it's just something to ponder on. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's something to ponder on. Exactly.
uh, okay,
Because
well,
everybody has a different take on it, and sure, there's right and wrong answers, but it's just sort of like, you know,
so I got to say that I've been spending, if I've been spending this much time trying to figure it out, then I'd like to think that I would at least be somewhere along the way of being able to give what I think is an answer.
mhm,
I can't say how does Cyrax thinks, like what are his thought processes, but I do think that at least yeah. So I'm confident in saying what made him this way. It's the coddling. It's
yeah,
never forcing him to take accountability for anything. Always making him
yeah.
feel like,
It's always everybody else is being mean to a
yeah,
poor, misfortunate, deformed, innocent, you know, fucking, yeah, yeah. And
um,
so, like, even when other people have, had enough and finally try to hold him to account, Sally is, managed to kind of like scoop him up and give him all of the excuses in the world to continue to, skip taking any type of accountability for his behavior. And
yeah,
yeah,
1000%. And even like when he ate his own cum, that was like that was just a magic trick. Like
yeah,
looked like pretty cummy to me.
yeah. I mean, he's a great magician. Like,
Well, his penis magic, like when
yeah,
he made the stylus
disappearing
disappear.
stylus and
Yeah, it's just an illusion.
yeah. I
Fuck
mean,
man.
if somebody's that good at magic, man,
Yeah,
like they're like that's big money they could make. Like, imagine the subway show or street performance they could do.
I remember asking him like, or telling him rather like after it's like, so how'd you make that? I was talking with him like on a friendly basis, like at the time, like how Starks, how'd you end up making like that stylus disappear? He's like, well, it's just merely sleight of hand. It's like, well, Cyrax, maybe you could help me make his stylus disappear. And he just hung up the phone quickly. Like he got really got like really uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, I bet. Was that
Yeah.
after he thought that you were trying to like have him as your own or something?
Yeah,
Is that,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was like. Do you remember when he was driving the three-wheel Peel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The three
yeah,
wheel
yeah,
peel.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah,
how does Hunter Hayes asked, how does he do it? Well, a magician never reveals their secret,
right.
So it's kind of murky. Uh, what's your favorite song? I never like any of his song covers. His number one song will always be "I Don't Need to Say It." TG.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously his number one song is "Please Notice Me."
I mean, I'd go number two. Street Racing Scene.
Yeah, street racing scene,
Yeah.
number two.
Have you
Please
ever been in a
Notice Me
street
is
race?
always number one.
You ever been in a street race?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I got
I
my
have.
first one the other night.
You were in a street race?
As a matter of fact, I was.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, Cyrax doesn't drive, so he's never been in a street race. So, but he's watched some movies about it.
Sure. Sure.
Hmm. And I think he knows the culture, like, because he's
Yeah.
always
Well,
trying to
of
impress
course.
that upon everybody.
Of course.
Here, I gotta let my dog out, man. My dog wants to go out for a second. I'll be back.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lost Innocence as well. Yeah, I don't know if I have like the organization or attention span for such an endeavor. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna open up Facebook. I guess Keith's been calling me relentlessly. What's this? Hang on. From what I understand, William recorded it as well. And the fact that now, look. So here's what I'll say. I guess Keith and Crystal are now on the same page. In some way, well, in a clear cut, concise way, I've brought the family together. I've actually brought the family together because now uploading now. Okay. Yeah, I've actually brought the family together, which is astonishing considering she hated Keith and I'll never be like Keith Jordan saying, "Man, I hate Keith." You know, even though she like practically molested the fucking guy. Keith hired a hit person. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Or is trying to. From what's been relayed to me, he's been just threatening me all day, all night long. And like, I don't ever did the guy. I don't know if I've ever done the Keith Jorgensen. Like, I put a few bucks in his pocket. I've always said that he's a good guy. It's weird. I'm gonna try calling him actually. The collector appreciation is mind blowing. Here, really quickly, I want to say thank you to a Colin, an anonymous. Let me get this in here too. Oh, Kevin Brown with a 50. Fuck, man. I mean, I don't think that's a dox. Tibbs TV Lethal Protector. Is this really Tibbs? Does anyone know if this is really actually Tibbs? Tibbs TV Lethal Protector? Is that his current name? No, that's not really Tibbs. No way. Or is it? This could be. This could be. The God of Death. Yes, it is. Well, so then prove it. Then prove it. Because Tibbs, and you and I have always been cool. Tibbs, you and I have always been like, we've had a good relationship. I've never been disrespectful to you. People have tried to tell me. I just pulled up his channel and it's him. I mean, he did a gaming stream. I don't know if you'd like a link or not. Just pop in and say hi. Well, that's okay. Look, I mean, I think I understand everything. No disrespect to you. I don't know if you want to come on here for a moment. I guess we're saying a lot of critical things about Cyrax. If you have the time to pop in, I almost feel like it would be short not to. Who's this? That's not Tibbs. Sorry, brother. Malky, what do you mean, what the fuck? Look. So here's what I'll say. Show us your doll, Tibbs. So what? He's got a sex doll. Okay, it's not like a big deal. This guy's close to the edge. Tread lightly. No, I think he knows what he's doing. No, Malky, I don't think you're a diddler. I don't think you're a diddler. Fuck Tibbs, Marty's just desperate for attention. Well, I've always been cool with the guy. He's always welcome here. Wait. Cyrax is a diddler. Cyrax is a diddler, for sure. I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, so you're saying you're backstage. Okay, let's see. Tibbs.
Hello, Marty.
Is this Tibbs?
Yes, it is.
Does anyone recognize his voice? I don't.
How about my face?
Oh, okay. Mr. Tibbs, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. So from what I understand, like you've been, like trying to be an ardent defender of Cyrax as of late.
It's a little more complicated than that, but if you want to call it that, sure.
Well, that's just my basis, surface level understanding. Like, can you elaborate? What makes it more complicated?
I was targeted by trolls, ranked material trolls specifically, for speak out against a child predator.
Mm,
It has been 2 years of absolute ass.
yeah.
Again, calling out a child predator, we should all be on the same page about that, right? And then I noticed that everything they were doing to me, they were doing to Cyrax.
Mhm.
So I figured I'd take a deep dive, and I found a lot of inconsistencies with. Well, I don't think we should be listening to just the troll side of things, to be fair.
No, I couldn't agree more.
So I
And look, I've never called you a child predator because I've never seen anything that would indicate that you are.
WTOD wants people to believe that so bad because of Marks, which again I think makes him an idiot. But Marks the noob also has said some questionable things about how it was okay with what April was doing. Marks also a member of ranked material, targeted me for 2 years, so I can almost let his BS go. I'm taking Cyrax out of the trolls side of things.
Okay,
I've moderated.
Well, I'll tell you this: like everything I've seen, you seem to be a smart guy. You seem to be a intelligent guy. You seem to be a respectful guy. I don't know that you've ever strangled your grandmother, right?
No.
Are you going to deny that Cyrax has strangled his grandmother?
He has admitted to doing a lot of stupid things out of pressure, bullshit, stress, high-end stupid decisions. But the one thing does not hold is predator. Is he an idiot? Yes. Has he made stupid decisions? Oh, hell yes.
Well, so
Is he a
okay,
predator?
so hang on. Who have you ever heard about his interactions with Billy?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Another one
what's
of those
your
classic stupid decisions. But then, if we
okay?
understand, they were 6 months apart, and where were all the parents and police during the situation? They're both very young.
So
And stupid
I can tell you this that like to the best of my understanding, the police did not think it was worth prosecuting because, in my opinion, at the time, homosexuals were not considered to be on a level playing field as far as rights go. You know, like for example, like the people that killed Matthew Shepard, I don't think they were held properly accountable.
I'm not familiar with the Matthew Shepard
Yeah,
situation.
he got like dragged behind a truck. It's
Oh yeah, that would be fucked up then.
yeah. So that's my explanation on that. The school, however, did expel him. Like, why do you think he was expelled?
I don't understand that though. If the
Well, let's think
blind
about
Billy
it.
guy was
Let's,
innocent, why did he get expelled?
let's just think about that though. Like, why would Cyrax always said that he was expelled to protect him? Like, I don't think that any victims would get expelled from school for
Yeah, that doesn't add
being
up.
molested.
That's why I ask so many questions. But when I started asking Cyrax, like I was trying to look into this from both sides, and I was met with death threats, slander, threats to have my cat raped. That's still
Yeah,
going
no,
on, mind you.
sure. I'm not going to say the trolls don't take things way too far, but some people, and I'm not saying that you're one of them, but I think that some people do deserve, some punitive measures.
Well, what I'm looking at here is the solution to the problem is that the trolls really do have something going on here. I would like to know without all the violent hostility. So what I figured I would do is remove Cyrax from responding to trolls on any level. I would also monitor his emails, which I am doing in real time. I see all the emails from William Gloryhole and the other people. And then I'm also measuring his messenger. It's going to be like a 2-year thing pretty much of just keeping an eye on things and seeing every single thing behind the scenes. If and he's already agreed to this, if he is a predator, I'm going to kill him. He knows this. Yes. Call it whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Now, if he's not a predator, well, well, he better take this win in life and not fuck it up twice, because I'm not going to get him pulled out of trolls a second time.
Well, there have been people like so like realistically, I think he's always going to be at the center and focus of internet trolls. You know, like it's too late to ever escape that.
I do disagree. I think that trolls, they say don't feed the trolls. They say nothing about
sure, because they feed off of reactions. Sure.
They say nothing about feeding them poison.
Yeah. Sure. No, I mean that's fair. So, I mean, and this Classic Games Canada, silly guy, he says, I don't know if this is true or not, but do you have like what's the age range of your moderators?
I don't have any moderators at the moment other than Kersey and Elias and a few other people.
Okay. Have you ever had any like underage moderators?
In the past, yes, but that's because we didn't know they're underage till after the fact. Then we purged them all.
After you found out, it was just like, you know, you got rid of them.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
Like, so yeah, after you found out that they were children, like, you know, you stopped interacting with them.
Well, there was only ever in the live chats to begin with. It was PG up until April, and the rank people kept bringing in sex and pedophile and everything else.
Yeah.
Anyone who was watching these streams didn't see that in any capacity till they brought it up. To be fair, that's the only reason why they were ever put in the front of it in the first place. And that was never of my decision. Pissed me right the fuck off.
What up, Gigi?
Yo. Yeah, Tibbs, do you ever think, like, you know, you look at Cyrax, you obviously felt sorry for him, as do a lot of people. Like, they see, you know, this, you know, fucking unfortunate fellow, you know what I mean, who really got some, you know, like a bad deal at things, being born with all these defects and stuff. But do you ever think that despite all that, and people can hate the guy, that there must be something, some substance to it? Like, doesn't that carry some weight in your logic process?
Are you gonna have to like either dumb down that answer or get to a point so I can actually answer it? Are you asking me if I feel bad for him and that's why I'm helping him?
Well, you could start with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that's the case at all.
Okay, so
I do know that
you don't feel bad for him?
No. He's admitted to making mistakes and fucking up a lot of things. But you know what's the saying? One good lie could destroy a life.
Well, yes, but like the person who got expelled from school for a sex act with a blind guy, and strangled his grandmother.
Okay, I have a follow-up to that one actually.
And it wasn't the first time. He used to hide in the women's changing room in the high school and beat off when the fucking women would come in and stuff, or girls, and he got
follow-up
caught.
question works there too.
He got caught doing that. Like, and the thing is, it shows, you know, at the same time, like, you know, yes, you know, yeah, he was a boy at the time, maybe like a 19, 20-year-old, 22, 24-year-old high school student, I guess. But, you know, it shows that there was something there. There was a problem there, you know, and without proper help.
And just curiosity, proper help would include doxing, targeting their family.
No. Proper help at the time when he's a child, like, you know what I mean? If he had a caregiver that actually could recognize this stuff.
You do realize the police, why nobody did anything, right? If these things were really real. Let's say the trolls didn't manipulate this information, which is entirely possible based off the way they've gone about things. It's hard to tell anymore. But do you really think that people doing what they did in the troll communities and the way they've gone about things ever made it possible this guy accountable if he was in fact guilty?
Well, it's the only account he's ever going to be held to, because the police, like, they won't.
And yet they haven't because of how far people have gone to try.
No, man, just take a look at any city street, like on any city.
I don't care about
you'll see
streets. I care about
mentally ill people wandering around, like criminals.
Think about that.
You know,
think about that, but that's not really an excuse here. Think about it. If you really want the police to hold this guy accountable, people in the troll communities, or what we're going to troll groups, I guess,
there's not a will for it, man.
Just hear me out here. Because
Jeffrey
right now,
Epstein. Jeffrey
no
Epstein had
Jeffrey
everybody
Epstein,
knew
we're not
about
allowed,
Epstein for years, and he was able
and no
to
one's
function.
allowed to, and no one's allowed to do anything about it, are they? No one. Now, how is doxing, targeting his family, calling the police for every 5 seconds, the swattings, everything else? How is that helping?
I don't agree with
Put
swatting.
him
Like
where,
that's clear.
Yeah, I
But-
don't agree with that either.
but see, how have those actions ever helped? If you want people to be against this guy, you do not create a history, if you will, of this kind of like bullshit. You got to call it out where it's at. Otherwise, he's never going to be held accountable if he did these things.
Well,
ever.
this is the punishment, man. Like the punishment is this, like, you know what I mean? Like all that bullshit.
Two tips argument. Who are we to be the judge, jury, and executioner?
That is exactly my point. You let the law do their work.
Well, they don't, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Like,
so
exactly.
I mean, the counterpoint to
So-
that tips, I would say, was: do you think that did
Do you
Cyrax
know
not
why?
go outside of his door onto public property and hit a man with a baseball bat? Like, to me,
That I think that'd be very justified when a guy walks through your house on a T-shirt, antagonizing
according to
your family.
law, according to law, though, like that would, he
According to
didn't.
you, the law doesn't work.
Well, yeah, but I'm just asking you. No, like, so you're agreeing?
I
with
would have
me.
hit the guy too. I would have hit the guy too personally.
But that would be an assault, though.
I think understandably considering the situation though, but look at the facts though. The way people have gone about this, that's why nothing ever happened.
So
you
someone
guys
could
were
hit
right.
you with a baseball bat if they have a problem with what you're doing in a public place?
If I walked at someone's house in a mask and antagonized their family, I would expect it.
Yeah,
I
but
would even
on the street.
condone it.
If they weren't at your house but were merely
It
in
was
front of your house.
it was directly in front of his house. He had no reason to be there. AOM wasn't even from the area.
But no, still, he was just exercising his First Amendment, and
Your First Amendment does not include antagonizing a family.
Like he is
Mind
allowed
you,
to be there.
he's,
Like
he's allowed to hold the sign.
You know,
So
it might
I'm
have
allowed
been
well, then I'm
it might
allowed
have
to
been
show up in front
bad.
of well, just
Yeah.
look at this.
You are
logic,
allowed
though.
to show up in front of people's houses.
That means I can show up in front of your mom's house and just antagonize her. Or
You
your
can,
house.
actually.
Could, yeah, you absolutely could.
Although, how would the people react to that kind of behavior? They'd be
Well,
upset, wouldn't they?
Sure, but then if they go out and they hit somebody with a baseball bat, they should be held accountable, like as per the law.
Well, from what I understand, nothing happened because the law agreed with Cyrax.
So that just illustrates that the system is broken. So if you're talking about Blind Billy and his expulsion, why didn't the police do anything? It's because he's.
We have to look at that though. I mean, forget Blind Billy, although include him at the same time. If all these things were accurate, the way people went about this, it killed your credibility and therefore gave him a freebie and a way out of the system.
Well, I had nothing to do with Blind Billy.
It had everything to do with Blind
I
Billy.
had nothing to do with him assaulting a blind boy.
That's not what I'm asked. That's not what I'm saying. If this began with Blind Billy, and then over the years he was a progressively worse human being.
That was before any trolls existed, though.
This has been a thing for a long time, 8 years, and you guys. I say you guys because I know
8 years.
Yeah,
7 years, 8 years.
It's not. It's not that.
Okay, give me exactly
it's like 4
time frame. It's
4
4.
years.
That's
4,
it.
3.5.
Well,
4.
4 is still a long
Even
fucking
4.
time.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I mean, at this point, I would say you guys could not do what you need to do. Move on to somebody who deserves this negative attention. Because apparently what's been going on has tainted any chance of him being held accountable. Now that's why I'm over here to make sure he's
no, like formally, yes, I would agree with you. In a court of law, I'm not going to disagree with you there, but I do think that he'll never be able to escape this.
I think he will because of how people have gone about this. He'll always escape it. In fact, he already
he's going to turn on you. Like you're going to see in a matter of time, he's going to turn on you, and you're going to claim that you were doing it all the time to fuck with him, and you were never serious. You were just merely.
I think it's amusing how you know what I'm going to say when you don't even know what's going to happen yet.
I do know what's going to happen.
If that happens, we'll already know where he stands. If that happens, we'll know why.
It is going to happen. It is.
Okay. Tell me how you know this.
Because I've been watching him for 4 years and I know what he does. You've
been watching him for 4 years. May I ask why?
Because he's entertaining. He's fucking, very fascinating.
So let me say this. Someone says
No.
I can find out Tibbs info if I need it. I don't want Tibbs info. I've been even, I don't have anything against the guy. We've, I don't know if you agree with this, but we've always had a respectful relationship.
Oh, I think it's been respectful.
Yeah.
I find things interesting and I find more and more things out, and nothing negative, but I do like to know where you stand. So, Marty, I'd like to ask you the fair question. Am
Sure.
I a bad guy for outing April 23 for what she was doing to kids?
What April? I have no awareness of this. April 23. Are you referring to a date or a person?
The person. She was a transgender predator who used Fortnite to lure in kids, YouTube to market to kids, PlayStation to contact them, got them in their bedroom, and had sex with them. Then she decided to target me and everyone around me before exposing that. And then the trolls
then
came
I
and
would say
targeted
that
as well.
if you were targeting somebody who used the internet to go after kids, then I don't think that what you did was wrong. I would think that person deserves the worst in the world.
Good. We're on the same
So then
page.
we're on the same page with this sort of behavior then.
So
right?
What makes it okay for Marks and WTRD and the rest of the rank material trolls to target me?
I don't think that you should be targeted, but I think that people like April 23 should be targeted. I think that people like Chance should be targeted. I think that people like Rufus should be targeted.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
If I don't deserve to be targeted for any of that, then why are these rank material trolls? Why is WTRD even doing
I don't think that you should. I don't think that you should be. But that's the difference between you and Cyrax.
Well, I think that's the problem, though. Everything they did to Cyrax, they did to me. They said that I was a very interesting person for doing it.
But
why
you're
was I a
very
target?
different than Cyrax, though. Like were you ever expelled for sexual assault on a blind boy? No. Did you ever strangle your grandmother? No. Did you ever go after any kids? No. So that's why my stance is, and it'll remain the same. I don't think you deserve this harassment, and I might have to draw some lines in the sand here. Like I don't think that Tibbs deserve this sort of treatment. And if I have to like put up some like firm barriers, then that's what it'll be. But I don't think that Tibbs is a bad guy. I've seen no indication of the sort.
I don't really know much about Tibbs's history, so
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I don't expect everybody to know or to agree with me on the fly or to like me as a person. But right now, that's the only reason I took Cyrax and decided to take him away from the troll shit, so that I would know. And since I can't ask them without being threatened nonstop, I figure I'll watch him over time, keep him away from as many people as possible, and do exactly what you guys want me to do, which is to show the truth on a level that he manages to get somewhere with closure. If he is a bad guy, I'm the guy who can do it. If he's
I think
not,
you're standing in front of like a fucking force that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Won't be able to.
So Tibbs, I know April 23 is a bad person. Like imagine that somebody prevented justice, and the only proper justice, since the law won't do anything, from them getting their just desserts. Like, that would be a problem, right?
Normally.
Yeah.
But then, think about it. You guys have, well, I say you guys, I did not mean you specifically. I mean in the troll sense.
Yeah, and I don't agree with the people trolling you.
A lot of trolls have made this such an ordeal that the law cannot step in. You remove the trolls. Now you guys are not there interfering in the situation, which means if he fucks up and you guys are not there to instigate any of it, now we can use that if it happens. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You guys want to be held accountable. You guys can't interfere on any level. That's why I'm telling him.
Okay, so as far as what do you think of the whole interactions with the I'm 30 but I look 14 stuff?
I think I have not seen these messages myself because after my ass for help, I get slandered and threatened to be murdered, which is bullshit.
So, like, are you shielding yourself from them, or
no? I'm trying to figure out exactly how to approach this shit without, getting my cat threatened to be raped again. I think threatening to rape someone's cat is extremely stupid. That's a common thing now.
Well, you say you've done research, but you haven't done any research.
Let me respond though. From what I understand the situation, I've heard about these interactions. Now, from what I understand, he was well aware the person was well over the age of 18 because the sting operation person was really shitty.
He said, "I'm 30, but I look 14." After the girl just said that she looked 14 and that she had to do her homework.
Okay. This is what I'm looking at. He says he's 30, but he looks 14. She says she's over 18. She looks 14. There's still two adults acting weird. but they're still 2 adults.
But he, like the girl just said that she was 14, and then his response was, "I'm 30, but I look 14."
Yeah, but I'm not seeing these in front of me at all. Again, I've been threatened instead of people just hand me over to where to find them.
Okay,
you
so
have
yeah, I mean,
Why
I-
can't
yeah,
you
yeah.
look them up though? Like, you know, you should do the legwork yourself before making a fucking stance supporting this guy. Like, you know what I mean? If you really believe that he deserves to be supported,
anyone can fake
you know?
messages, you know. Anyone can fake messages.
But
Literally
so look,
anybody.
there's a boatload of videos of him telling multiple stories with a vast amount of inconsistencies. I don't
There
know if
you
any
go.
Admitting to different
That's
details.
it's already a problem though. If there's a vast amount of inconsistencies,
on
that
Cyrax's
means
end.
Out of his
yeah,
mouth. Like,
all in his end too. I mean, if there's that many
so what?
inconsistencies from
You
his
just,
end,
you
it's a
know,
bunch of lies.
if the police get a murderer in a questioning room and they say, you know, where were you, you know, last night? Oh, well, I was, you know,
Where?
out
Okay, I
getting,
have a question.
I was out watching a
Where
movie. And then they say, then they,
where are
you
the
know, ask him
genuine
again.
child
And then he's
victims?
like, oh, I was at home watching TV. You know, like,
Okay,
do they just let him go?
can I ask you another question?
Like, you seem to be ignoring, like, you seem to be trying to, like, put blinders
Call it what
on.
you want.
Yeah.
No,
So-
call
so
it what you want. I'm
Tibbs
looking at
makes
this from a lot of perspective. I'm
Tibbs
trying.
raised a great
Yeah.
question. Are there any actual child victims? No. However, Cyrax believed that he was talking to a child.
How do you know
Undeniable.
that? Because I have like multiple testimonies, including Akron PD, saying otherwise.
Well,
I don't know
so
why the PD would have to lie about that.
so initially when this first came out, he came out in a panic, like sweating. Like, so I was talking to a young girl, and then I talked with her brother after he got home from like practice or whatever, and you know, like things got hot and heavy, and I fucked up, and you know, he deleted his channel, and it was she's only 14. She's like my sister.
I've heard otherwise about the whole channel deleting. That was from mass flaggings by certain people in the glory
No.
hole community.
No.
Then why is it backed up with fact then?
Was what?
That man, Cyrax, has every screenshot you could possibly humanly imagine from all this shit. Emails, text messages,
Well, all the
this
screenshots
man.
of other people.
Yeah, and all the screenshots. He'll show you the screenshots that benefit him. Right?
You
He's
say
not
that,
going-
but then all the
think that he's gonna
screenshots
show
he
anything
shows,
incriminating?
they match in behavior to what those same people did to me when I reached out for their side of the story. N-word boy being one of them, which from what I hear, he's leaving
It's not
YouTube.
the same people though, man. Like it's not the same people. This is stuff from like years ago into the community, man. It's not the people that
It's only been 4 years though.
yeah, exactly.
How
And
long
that's
has
what I
N-word
mean.
Boy been- like N-word boy wasn't
So
around when this happened.
Right.
Well, N-word boy and his screenshots matched the behavior he showed towards me. Same with Glory Hole. Who else was involved here?
So as far as
Everybody, lots of people, man. People watching, like numerous
People
people. It's
watching.
not
Anyone could watch. I'm asking who else was actually involved.
yeah,
in the
but watching
situation.
Cyrax's videos, like through
Okay,
Cyrax.
forget his videos. Okay, what about the other side of the story? What
Yeah, but
about
this
the
is him
people-
admitting it. Like, you know,
I don't
he's
care about the admissions.
you
of
don't
a
care if he
mentally ill
admits
man.
it. Like, I don't
I
understand how
care
you can
about
ignore that.
I'm not ignoring that, but if you listen for 5 seconds, you hear what I'm trying to ask you. Let's say
Well, I got a
Cyrax is
video here, so it's downloading, but hopefully we can watch together and you can.
If
Tips like
Cyrax is mentally ill, okay, let's say he's completely psychotic and has no idea of right or wrong. Let's say he's done these things.
But he
I
does
care
know right
about
or
the-
wrong.
I don't give a flying fuck about Cyrax's side of the story at this point because he told it to me. Now, where's the other side of the story? Where's the people that actually went through this shit with him?
Yeah, but if you don't care, like,
I
what's your
do
moral
care.
stance?
I don't care about Cyrax. I've already listened to his side. Now let's hear the other side. Where are the victims? Where are the people that went through this with him? Where's the actual other side of that entire story?
So I mean, I'll ask Gigi first, and then you know, there's no point even asking because I don't believe you've ever sent your penis to somebody that you thought was a child, right? I don't.
No, that would be disgusting.
Right. So, okay. So if Cyrax has, would you be willing to co-sign that behavior?
If he actually did it, no, I would have to shoot the fucking man.
Okay.
But Kate, being in her mid-30s, does not count.
Okay, this is done downloading. Let's see here.
He sent his dick pic to like so many people. I think hundreds of people actually.
Well, if they're adults, it's his business. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. If there's
Yeah.
actual child victims, then We need to
But-
know
But
that
hang
they
on a second.
exist,
Here.
and then
If
hold them accountable.
you just thinks the person's a child, what would you say about that?
Considering what he's playing up with, what if he's just playing along? You got to look at this as
Dude,
where are
he's
the
not. He
actual.
wasn't okay. He
Look,
wasn't
I'm
just
just
playing
saying.
along.
I'm just
So let me
saying.
ask
You
you
guys
this,
have a guy that's been antagonized to the point of breakdown.
okay,
Of course,
so
he's gonna
Tibbs,
say
like
stupid shit.
So Tibbs, you've been the victim of trolls for a long time. Knowing that, would you ever then send your penis to somebody that you thought was a child? Like, no, because you'd be vilified. as a pedophile.
To be fair, I wouldn't show my dick to anyone on the internet because that could be used to paint a lie like that. That's common sense.
Okay, so
Once
so
it
you
goes on the internet, it believes.
so then you'd have to be a real animal to take that kind of a risk, right?
You'd have to be really desperate for some kind of attention.
Okay,
That's a simple fact.
what
That's a
if
simple
even
fact.
what if,
Or maybe
what
you
if-
could just like kids and be a fucking, a sicko.
That's what April did. No one
Well-
gave a shit. They chose to target me instead,
Tibbs,
which is
so-
why I looked at this at all.
So, look, I'd be happy to hear from you about April 23 because I think these people deserve to be punished. I don't know how to communicate with you away from this.
I have an email, Tibbs TV, send info at
Maybe,
gmail.com.
maybe not like share that like with this group of people.
No, that's mostly a throwaway email. It gets a lot of hate mail anyway,
okay,
but
sure.
it's email that is not attached to anything I actually use. It's meant just to receive data, evidence, or on occasion, hate mail.
Can I ask
it's
you
a
if
thing.
you're on Discord?
I don't use Discord because anything that begins in Discord often ends in pedophilia. I've always hated Discord.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna give you like a private email here.
You can email me on that email, and I'll be the only one who gets it. You have
Sure.
my word; I won't share it.
Well,
Is that yours right there?
Yeah. All right. So let's just watch this video and let's. I guess there's even like a question, like, 'cause if there's no point in evaluating it further, that I don't think that any non-predator would engage with any child, much less a vulnerable one, and go down a path that culminates in a dick picture being sent.
Well, I would like to note here, who was the picture sent to? Was it an adult?
So here, Tibbs, so let me ask you this. Do you think that the guys who show up to catch predator are actually pedophiles or no?
A lot of the time, they do include children in their stings. That's the fucked up part of it.
Well, so
You do know that. That is kind of how that works. If they're showing intent,
No,
not
man, it's a
protection,
decoy. They use a decoy that pretends to be a child.
It still is a child in
Well, no,
appearance
it's an adult.
and in nature.
It's a
There's
child to the
undeniable-
predator. The predator believes it's a child. Like that's like Cyrax. He believes that he's sending his dick pic to a child. He believes it's a child.
How do you know what he believes if you're not him? Again, you guys have gone on multiple sting operations, but
I mean, that's the
Nothing.
accusation, right?
well,
Well,
then here's the thing.
there's nothing. What do you mean nothing? There's all kinds of video proof. You're about to watch one.
Okay.
Okay.
You have my attention. Show me this proof.
Okay. And Tibbs, like, I know you're like pretty committed to the defense of
I'm
Cyrax.
committed to knowing the whole story. That's
Okay.
all.
Great. Excellent. Okay.
What's up, you guys?
So listen, before we watch this, can I ask you what your understanding of the interactions were?
Just play the tape.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, for the sake of consistency.
No,
I
I
just
just would like to see the tape.
Okay.
I've waited long enough for this. So
Sure. Okay. Peace for
And to
itself.
be honest, I know it sounds like I'm a bit scared, and that's because I am. Because I've never been in this situation before that I'm in. And unfortunately, guys, I have to leave for a while. I have to leave YouTube. Because all day long. I was getting troll messages from Massachusetts all day long, right? Well, there was this person that was texting me. I thought that it was a troll, so I went along with it. Okay, I went along with this, thinking that it was just that, a fucking troll. I was fucking with their head. And it turns out that that person that was acting like a kid was actually a fucking kid.
Wow. That's so damning. I have to note here, that doesn't work at all.
Well, he just said that he just said he thought they were a kid, and he sent them.
I no, I'm listening to that. I'm actually gonna have to can you send me a copy of that, please? Because that is awesome. I'm glad you guys have that. He said he thought they were a troll, and it turned out it was actually a kid. Yeah, that means he actually.
No, but then he said he thought they were a kid.
No. Replay it. Go ahead. Replay it back to the beginning and humor me, please.
Then you'll see. Did he not say that he thought they were a kid and they actually were a kid?
Oh, I would love to see that. Maybe my brain's playing tricks on me. Who knows?
Oh, sure. Okay. So did he? He thought they were a child troll. Just
don't put words into his mouth. Just
okay, I went along with this, thinking that it was just a fucking troll. I was fucking with their head.
Go a little back all the way to the beginning, my dear.
Hang on. So here's what they always say in To Catch a Predator too. That I was just testing it to see, right?
Considering the interactions with Kate, this actually checks out in full. He probably did.
And it turns out.
Hang on. Listen to this.
That person that was acting like a kid was actually a fucking kid. And it sickens me.
Look at that shit. Not only does he say that he thought
it was a troll,
this is beautiful. Like, this is somehow damning proof. No wonder I thought this was bullshit. You see, that's the thing. He said from the beginning of the video, he thought.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, man. Tibbs, you're being like 100% dishonest. You're gonna give him
all
the credit and all the excuses in the world.
Look at his
reaction. Yeah, you are. You know what I mean? No matter what anybody shows you, you're gonna fucking find some little detail. That even though Cyrax told you a story that wasn't this.
You all day long. I'm just gonna say like it is. Why do you think the cops didn't do anything?
The cops,
because the trolls were doing this so much that when it finally does happen, and he's disgusted by it himself in his own eyes.
You don't think people get away with stuff like that? That doesn't make any sense. That the cops is like the standard. And on top of that, you were just saying about hitting the guy with the bat that he was in the right, even though the cops were involved. So which is it? So there was cops there, but he was okay to hit somebody with a bat, but because there is no cops here, it's not a thing.
Cops didn't show up till after the fact. You guys,
that's how it always works. Yeah, like it needs to be a crime or they can go and investigate.
If the cops were there, they
like sitting on his bed, listening to him, fucking watching him fucking send his dick pic to kids or something. Like, what do you mean the cops were there?
Time travel and arrest people for future.
Think about that. But think about that. This guy thinks.
Oh man, you're just being dishonest, man. You're gonna find every little loophole and every little angle to fit in some sort of excuse and some sort of bullshit fucking reasoning. Like, you've made a position, you want to stand in opposition to all this stuff.
The answer I gave you, but remember,
well, I'm just saying what it is. You're not standing on truth, man. Like, you've got a position, and you're gonna.
The truth is right there in the video. If you're gonna use a video that shows,
but Cyrax told you a story that was different to this.
This is the same thing he told me, though.
Hang on, Tib. So let's use your logic earlier. If you knew somebody was a troll, pretending to be a child, would you send them a picture of your penis? Like, the answer is no.
If they were a troll and they were asking me for my dick pic and they're an adult, I don't see a problem with it. If they really, really want it that fucking bad.
So
but here's the problem.
Well, hang on a second here. So if you knew that they were pretending to be a child to implicate you as a pedophile, would you send them a picture of your penis?
If you got sick of it and you knew they were an adult.
So you would voluntarily submit to
like, he's gonna.
I wouldn't myself, because I think that's then
let me ask you this then, Tibbs. Would you agree then that Cyrax has no one else to blame but himself for being viewed as a pedophile?
I do think that the attempts to make him out to be one are not of his doing.
He knew
But
as a
the
kid.
way,
He knew as a
just
kid.
let me answer the damn question,
Okay.
okay? But the way he's gone about this did not help him at all with the constant bullshit. And that's really what it boils down to. This is a bunch of drama and bullshit. Because no one should be calling him a pedophile or trying to bait him. And if a kid, and if that it was in fact a kid that has dick pic, well, who do we have to blame? Based on his response, he was hateful and disgusted and very upset about it, which shows that there's a lot of guilt and remorse, and he feels really bad because he thought he was an actual troll.
Okay, so
But at the same time, it probably would never have happened if trolls were not doing that in the first place.
We're gonna have to take turns here. Like otherwise, it's just gonna be a long-winded diatribe. So Cyrax knew that this person, according to you, was a person trying to portray him as a pedophile, and that he knew that sending a penis would portray him as a pedophile. Did he? So then I guess he wants to be viewed as a pedophile then, and he doesn't mind that.
It's not what's going on there at all, though. If he knows the troll, just fuck him with a bit.
Well,
I fuck with trolls on a daily basis.
Okay.
If you're not saying, if you're not sending it to a kid and you know you're not, then what does it matter? Because then that same adult's going to take it to the police. They're like, you're not a kid, though. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then it won't go anywhere. That's the logic there, you know.
But here we are, and it's all Cyrax's fault.
I don't see that, though. I see a lot of people.
So, Tibbs, would you be okay? Say, for instance, your defense of Cyrax ends up finding out that a child is harmed because it allowed Cyrax to communicate with a kid and maybe even like cause some damage of some sort, even if it is just online through videos and pictures being sent. Are you okay with, co-signing that?
No.
Well, you are, obviously.
Why do you think we're monitoring his emails and messages nonstop? To make sure nothing like that.
He can make other emails and other messages and other fucking accounts. Like,
he's already signed a whole fucking thing with this and saying if he does fucking
whatever, man. Man, you're just being dishonest. You just want to stand in opposition to this at any.
Whatever you say, salty as usual.
Oh, so Gigi,
okay, well,
do you remember when I defended Cyrax? Like, it was best, using his penis torture videos as a version of therapy.
He did mention at one point that he whipped at his dick on the panels of troll streams, which, from what I understand, trolls are usually between the ages of 29 and 43. Sometimes it differs. But he knew it was a troll channel, therefore he didn't give a shit, and he admits that was really, royally, really fucking stupid. Which I do agree that's a stupid.
I don't think that flashing troll channels is stupid because it could get their channel shut down. It's got my channel shut down. But I think that sending your penis to somebody portraying themselves as a child is stupid because you look like a pedophile.
Well, why bait them at all?
Well,
for years, 4 years is a long time, bro.
So yeah, I can't speak for Kate's agenda. I would say, like, for law enforcement's agenda, it's to hold criminals accountable. And she's not a member of law enforcement, but it's like what you did with April 23, right?
No, she did that on her own. I just put it out there so we could see what I had to deal with. Did you know that Akron, Ohio, actually has its own sting operations? Like, the police have to undo the sting, otherwise
I just
it does not
sent you a link,
law.
Okay.
That's why I think there's an issue here. It's not that I think people are bad for trying to catch a predator. It's the fact that how you guys went about it. If there ever was a chance that he was one, you guys gave him a free get out of jail card for life.
Okay, I got something for you here. Let's just watch this video here.
You sent your dick to a child. I'm just curious. Like, how long has it been?
Literally, whenever you tricked me. Literally.
Whenever you tricked me. Wow.
But yeah, when he sent them to a child, and he says,
two other instances after that. Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand.
There's other children beyond Kate.
I would like to know who they are, so we can actually figure out the truth of this. Because
do you want to subject actual child victims to this nonsense?
Yes. If they're child victims,
that's a hot take.
Wow.
Well, why not? If they're actually a child victim.
Why not? Why not?
So wait, I have a question then. I have a question.
Like I understand. Like, I understand.
Don't you need a victim to have a criminal?
but he's
Don't you need a
referring to them.
victim to hold him accountable? Don't you need?
Yeah,
Don't you need a
it doesn't
victim
matter,
to
man.
put him
You
on the
could have
plate?
a video of Cyrax fucking like raping a kid, and Tibbs is gonna
I'm
find
not
an angle to
saying.
support it. Yes, you are, man.
No, I'm literally saying if there's a victim,
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. Well, fine. Go be a bitch somewhere else. Then I'm just telling you like it is.
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand.
So he sent before.
Okay.
Kate,
So where are they? Why
Tibbs,
are they not reports?
Tibbs, would you cross-examine a 5-year-old?
I'm not asking to cross-examine. I'm saying that if these people actually exist, they should be going to the police, filing reports, and getting this done the right way. Not listening to you guys' ranty bullshit, which gives them a reason to fucking run like hell. Because mind you, that is what's happened.
Like with Blind Billy, was an adult, and I had no problem speaking with him. I don't want to talk with any child victims. I don't.
I'm not asking you to. I don't know why people don't seem to know what that means. I'm saying that we should be aware of who these people are. There should be some form of a report to hold like this guy accountable. If there's no need for a victim, then there's no need to hold him accountable. You need a victim.
It's
to be held
standard in all court cases where the victim's underage not to publish their identity, man.
That's not what I'm asking you either. I'm
saying, no, you just said you need to know who the victims are. No,
I don't need to know the victims. I said we need to know that they're there.
Well, you just said it. You just said it, dude. So which is it?
Okay. You've been a jackass since I've talked to you. So what I'm going to I'm going to spell out for you since you're stupid. Okay. You need to have these people step up to the plate. We're not allowed to know who they are. It's not our job because we're not law enforcement. We're not government.
It's to acknowledge that they exist.
Need to be, I do not care about that. I care about the fact that these people exist. They need to be going to law enforcement to actually file reports and actually get this shit done. Because mind you, you talk about Marty, no offense, isn't going to do shit. And whoever this other guy is, J3, I think, you talk about it and being pissed about it is going to do shit. If we want this guy to be held accountable, they need to go and get cross-examined by a law enforcement official, not me, you, or the other guy.
What do you mean, man? You're defending him. You're supporting him. You're like, we want him to be held. You obviously don't want him to be held accountable because you're standing in opposition to anything, any type of judgment, anything anybody shows you. You've got an excuse. You give them every fucking angle and every fucking credit, man.
You're slow, aren't you? You're special.
Well, I think you are. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's fine.
Defending this guy.
Remember,
Well,
you call it defending, but you have to remember what I told you earlier. And Marty, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Didn't I say that if you remove the trolls in the situation, it could be without troll antagonize the situation?
But this was before Kate. Like this happened before Kate.
I know, but you guys, as in the groups as a whole, trolls, whatever else, have been interfering in this when law enforcement cannot do their job when you do that. That is my point. That's why I'm removing the trolls from the situation.
Well, so
you want to be held accountable. You need to be able to remove the part that's causing so many problems in doing so. If trolls keep doing shit, he's never going to be held accountable. If there are other child victims, you're never going to hold them accountable. You keep doing what you're doing.
I actually have a solution to that. And it's a very controversial stance. And I don't know if you can relay this to them, but I think the best bet to get the trolls to stop would be to put this out there to them that if you want to portray me as a guy who whips penis out for kids, then you better leave me alone. So if it's a chicken egg type situation, that if they don't stop,
no, you got to remove the trolls entirely. Don't
so
respond to them, and then monitor from behind the scenes. And then if the victims come up without troll involvement, it's taken more seriously. That's what I've been doing. Everyone wants to call me a supporter, but no one actually looks at it for what it is.
So April 23 was a transgender person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine they were being trolled beforehand. So then they're not.
No, she got dumped by her boyfriend. Decided that when men didn't want her,
but
women
if they were trans, then they got trolled before. So it's not her fault. It's the troll's fault.
No.
Well, why not?
Well, because she was very aware of what she was doing.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well, like I'm saying that if they identified as a woman despite being a man, then I'm sure
April doesn't have trolls pushing her into this behavior.
But
April doesn't have people coming at her from all
angles.
angles.
They were bullied. They were called names.
How do you know that? How do you know that when you don't even know who she is?
I'm sure every trans person does at some point.
Okay. Does it make it okay for her to rape
girls? That's the point, man.
According to you, it does.
I'm not seeing your point. No, I'm saying if you guys are antagonized, this law can never step in, and they're not going to.
Well, but using your logic,
Michigan law is very sexist out here, unfortunately.
Yeah, but if they were called like a he, she, or a fag or whatever, then that's not their fault.
But that's not what's happening to Cyrax on any level now, is it?
Well, kind
you're
of.
You're looking at two very different things.
I don't know what this really is.
I'm just gonna spell it out, okay? Because right now, I'm not changing what I'm doing or the stance.
Yeah, that's what we didn't think you were changing it. You've made a stance. You've put yourself in. You've put yourself in opposition to this.
What's your name?
And
what's your name?
Nicholas.
Gigi? Nicholas. Okay. Nicholas. Question here.
Well, just Gigi. His name's not. My name's Nicholas. His is Gigi.
Oh, Nicholas. I thought your name was musicbizmarty. Well, Marty
Gigi
and
Aline. Call him Gigi Aline, preferably.
Aline.
Yeah.
Okay. Aline, I have a question for you. What is your end game goal? What would you like to see happen?
I don't have an end game goal, man. Like I just think
then shut up and don't mind your own business.
No, man. I won't shut up, man. He's a fucking pedophile, you know what I mean? He deserves to be fucking called out for it.
Well, that's not gonna be enough. What do you want the end game goal? What's the end game for him?
The end game. This is the punishment, man. The punishment is the community.
You're not a punisher. You're not law enforcement. You're not trying to solve the problem either. You're trying to reap some.
All right, man. Whatever. You know, you might think that. You obviously don't know shit, man.
Yeah, clearly I don't, because I'm asking you a logical question. You want to answer it. If
your
goal is to punish
any logical questions, you're finding every angle you can to hide behind, a loophole and a fucking give them every benefit and every fucking excuse that you can.
I told you exactly what I'm doing. You want to see it as I'm sucking his dick or something.
I don't think
you are, dude. Maybe you are. Like that could be it.
Well, then he has a big dick because he's to Ohio. Well, Ohio to Michigan, that's a long ass fucking dick at that point. He would have.
Well, you're probably doing cam shit, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck. I mean, no. I mean, if you're sucking his dick, let's be real here. You wouldn't need to suck. You can't suck dick over camera. That's logic sense. But if he actually has a dick that fucking big, then everyone in the country could fucking see it. Okay. The point here is
the country has seen it at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine and dandy. I don't want to see it myself. That sounds gross and kind of gay. The point is, if you guys keep having these solutions that don't go anywhere, you don't have an end game, then why the fuck do you care how it goes in the end at all? Well, if this guy's a pedophile, he should be locked up or shot. If you guys don't want that, then what the fuck are you bitching about, Gigi Aline?
Well, I don't
what do you mean? Like, I'm just saying that I'm talking to you and you're defending the guy. You know what I mean? That's my issue.
I'm not defending the guy. I'm trying to look at the common sense.
You are defending the guy. You're totally defending the guy.
You have to look at this.
You just said it. You just came up here and said, I'm taking Cyrax away for 2 years. I'm going through all his emails.
How's that me saying I'm defending him, though? It's two different things.
You said it.
I said I'm defending him when?
You said it. You said you're on Team Cyrax. Everybody's wrong. Cyrax isn't a pedophile. He would be in jail. It's all trolls.
Hey, Marty, can you please do me a favor? I know that maybe I'm asking a lot. I don't know, but could you please clip out any part of the video here for later of where I said it was on Team Cyrax?
Do your own work, dude. Do your own fucking work, man. The videos are all out there. If you did any fucking research, you could fucking find all this shit, man.
Why would I need to research if I already know I didn't say it? If I said this, then Marty, I'm assuming, would be okay with.
No, you've never said that you're Team Cyrax, but I don't think. Is there anything you can criticize Cyrax for?
I think that his dick over on the panels was a bit immature. I think that him feeding the trolls all was stupid. It is stupid and immature. So I mean, if I'm going to be PG about it, that's how I would word it. I also think that there's a lot of things he did that were not okay, like ever touching his grandmother in a violent way whatsoever. There are a lot of things I kick his ass for on a general level. Okay. But apparently police and rehab and shit like that already got to him first. There's a lot of things he's fucked up on. Things I've told him specifically to his face. This was fucking retarded. And you really should be ashamed of yourself for acting this way at the time. And they should not be a thing going forward. If you keep fucking up like this, someone's going to kick your ass. And
you think Cyrax is a smart guy?
I think he's an idiot.
Okay.
I think he's easily baited, easily falls prey to victimization and people trying to bait him into stupidity. I think he feeds the trolls for a goddamn good reason. And I think for anything, he's made some of the dumbest decisions on the internet.
Well, he's obviously smarter than you because he's got you fucking doing his fucking light work.
Whatever you say, bro. I'm not really interested in your bull crap. It's always a lot of fucking bullshit with you. Anyway.
I mean, he can be like that. Gigi can be, you know, a dingbat.
Yeah, I don't even find offense to it because to be honest, I'm kind of used to it. But it's not going to change the facts, you know. It's like it's whatever.
Let me ask you this. So, you've been trolled for a while, right, Tibbs? By like, you know, relentlessly, mercilessly. So, why haven't you sent your penis to somebody pretending to be a child or somebody that you thought was a child?
Because I've been doing this a lot longer, and I know how stupid people can be. I know how malicious people can be. I don't have premature birth or mental issues as an excuse. I really don't. Asperger's and autism isn't really a good excuse for that kind of shit. Plus, I've always known, I've known this a lot longer. Once your dick enters the internet, you don't ever get to take it off because what goes on the internet stays there. I have a lot less excuse to be stupid and a lot more reasons to be better.
Is that why he sends his dick to everybody? Because it's already out there and there's like there's no reason not to.
He made the stupid decision in the first place. Again, I've already specified this. That's a stupid decision.
He makes like hundreds and hundreds of times.
And I think that's something he needs to improve on, because if he wants to have a better life and not be called out for all these stupid things he does and then slander for things he doesn't, maybe he should remove himself, which right now is what he's been doing.
Well, that's what the court does for pedophiles who do things over the internet, is they remove them from the internet.
Here's the difference between me. Here's the difference between me and the court. If he does something like that, do you think I'm going to keep it a secret, knowing how much I hate those people for what they did to me?
You know, I got to say
that it's not a secret, man. It's not a secret. Everybody knows.
So really, there's no reason to complain either way now, is there?
Well, yeah, sure there is, because he sent his penis to what he thought was He just said it. He just said it.
I'm fine with the fact that you keep saying that. You don't need to play it. I can hear it. He says still hear it. But here's the deal. If he does it, do you think I'll keep it a secret?
So are you, now that you've heard this, are you going to shout it from the rafters?
No, you guys already have.
Let's just play the video. Let's just play the whole video and see what's said. Get the full context.
Now that you've heard him say it, like, shouldn't you shout it from the mountaintops so the world knows?
No, you guys already have. The whole world already knows because you guys.
Well, why not?
So why? Well, why do I need to beat a dead horse? Why do I need to keep beating the wall? Why do
you just said you just said that if he does do any of this shit that you're gonna kill him? Like, so now you don't care.
It's
okay.
I mean, you can gaslight me all you want. Right now, we're moderating to see if he does. Again, this is off video that no longer exists. Our channel no longer exists.
You seem to keep making all these like grandiose statements and then fucking contradicting yourself.
Okay, I question here. What does grandiose mean?
Grandiose is like very like, you know, overt and like larger than life. Yeah, like a huge fucking statement.
Actually,
you know,
it actually is more towards the lines of like, if someone has grandiose delusion, for example, they think that they're above everybody else.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your statements.
I'm not making statements of grandiose. I'm saying right now, you remove the trolls and the antagonizing. We have a clear picture of who he is. If he's a shitty person, do you think I'll keep it a secret? No, because I myself was a victim of predators long time ago. I don't like talking about it. It pisses me off. But that's why I hate April. Now we remove the trolls. Okay. What they did to me for exposing that, it's the same things they do to him. I remove the trolls. I look at the situation without them. And now if he does it, now we have a full, unfiltered, untainted picture.
So you're giving him a pass for all of his past behavior. He gets like a fresh reset, a fresh start, just because you don't want to believe it. You get to give him a fresh start, even though everybody else has been around for all this other shit. Like, they're all wrong for judging him.
Sounds like a lot of projection, if you ask me. I'm saying if the trolls are the excuse he got away with, if the trolls were,
it's like merely a question, man. Like, that's
just hear me out. If the trolls are the reason he's not being held accountable, you know, you want to act like a jackass, it's fine. But I'm just going to say it because I can only say it so many more times. If you remove the trolls from the situation, then they're not his excuse and he gets held accountable. So what the fuck do you think we're doing? If all these videos were based on troll interaction, then that's why there's nothing you can use against him. Remove the trolls and see what happens. If nothing happens, you lose. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. But if something does happen and trolls are not involved, he goes to jail. He probably dies. There's no way around it after a point.
Well,
That's the thing. That's the point. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him. I'm doing my job, which is something you guys should have been able to do. But so many. Kate fucked up. She should have gone to Akron, Ohio, and planned this advance or something first. That's why they wouldn't use it.
Well, to the best of my awareness, in Ohio, unless there is an actual child victim, there's no like sextings there. It's just not how it works. So, are you saying that we should like dangle a child outside on his doorstep and wait him to come out?
No. If he's really a pedophile, he'll do it on his own.
Well, so do you think that people who have pedophilic desires, who think about sex with kids, but to the public's awareness haven't, do you think those people should be exposed before it can happen?
Yeah. But you have to be able to confirm that it's a thing in the first place.
You seem to want there to be like a new victim. You seem to want him to fucking victimize another person.
Why would I want that?
You just said you needed that for your proof. You said that, you know, you're going to be around, and if he does it again, then you're going to, you know, see it and you'll call it out or whatever. So you seem to be desiring someone to be victimized by this fucking idiot.
You really do pull a lot of bullshit out of your ass, don't you? Pretend it's.
Well, I just think that's obvious, man. It's your statements.
Well, it's obvious. You know? It's my statements, but all I said was, if he's a pedophile, he won't need you to sting him or bait him. He'd do it on his own.
So there you go.
That's common sense, though. That's how that works.
So let me ask you this: like, do you think that every pedophile gets caught the first time that they do it?
No, that's the real problem there. Most people don't speak about it till long after it's too late.
Sure.
No, not sure. That's usually how it works. A lot of people like to hide. They're afraid of being hurt. It's a thing, you know.
I agree with you. That is a fucked up reality.
Yeah. Now, if he is in fact a pedophile, those are urges that he cannot control, which means he will do it even if you don't sting him into doing it. You won't need to catch him, okay? He'll just naturally want it. That's what April did. That's what Flips Gaming did. That's what Marks fucking does. Mind you, they will do it one way or another if it's true. And after a while, it's gonna be very hard to miss. I'm saying what
was the name? What was the actual name of April 23's child victim?
You really want the full name right here?
No, I don't. I don't.
I can email it to you if anything. Okay.
Okay.
That'd be a much better way to go about it.
Were they convicted?
No.
Okay.
But she openly admitted it. Not only in
yes, and then you expose them. You're still exposing them now for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
we had audio confessions. We had screenshot confessions.
So why are you still talking about them? If you really want them to be held accountable, then you should stop talking about them, right? Like, so then the police can do their own thing.
No, police told me in Michigan that they don't care if the predator is a woman because they're a woman. Michigan's a sexist state. Akron, Ohio, probably has their own share of flaws, but the way you guys have gone about it has made it hard.
That's fine, Billy, to a T. So you can use that logic. Like, it's the same deal. Like, and this is the truth. Like, you know, if it's two guys fooling around or whatever, or one guy gets raped, they'll just say they're fooling around, right? So you can't discard that.
You really can't. No.
Like, I'm just trying to have like an honest conversation with you here, and I know like I know that you've been like plagued by trolls and you sympathize with Cyrax in that regard, and that's largely.
No, I don't sympathize with them in that regard at all. You see, it's not really about Cyrax. Never really has been.
Well, the trolls.
It's about the trolls. It's about a stance. You want to take away something that the trolls like. That's your issue. That's what you're doing. Like, just admit it.
That's fine. But at what cost?
How many trolls are known for telling the truth?
Very few.
Okay.
I can tell you this, that I'm telling you the absolute truth about this. And I'll swear my family's life.
That is something that trolls say all the time. They're usually full of crap, unfortunately, but I'll still hear you out. Go for it.
Yeah, so he's Like, well, let's just take his own word for it. We've gotten through 15 seconds of this, right?
No, but you just went through 2 other instances after that.
Those were actually beforehand. Those were beforehand incidences. Well, the Chloe thing, I sent those to her beforehand, like days before, and then today she had.
So
that was like days before.
So that's the time, right? Okay. So the
Chloe, that's familiar, huh? Chloe.
It's almost the same. Well, I'm not. Let's not evaluate those. No, that's Chloe Rose. Here, wait 1 second. Here.
Who is Chloe Rose?
It's actually a Canadian child who Cyrax like got very flirty with.
Good to know.
Gigi, if you can just check your Discord really quickly.
Picture.
Hold on.
Before
Yeah, did you see it? What's this? What's the thing? What's that? Did you mean Marty? Did you mean yelling or wait? What do you mean by that? Did you not yelling? I think you meant yelling.
I did mean yelling. Yeah, Rick was so upset. He was.
Like I said, the point is about it.
We need to finish that thought. I just want to get the time period right, so I can feel. I just want to feel like you are on the road to rehabilitation here. So what you're saying is, when I posed as a little girl, that was the last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
To a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Last time that you sent your dick to a child, but there were 2 times before that.
Yeah.
Jenna, if you play that about 3 more times, it actually could be flaggable by YouTube. So I wouldn't do that too many more times. They don't like that in one sentence that many times in a row. Just so you know, I'm trying to help you out with that one.
I mean, once could potentially be enough, but like that's a pretty damning statement there.
It's a damning statement, but it does not change the fact that troll involvement has made this very hard to hold them accountable. So here's what we're...
Listen, as far as troll involvement, if these were trolls doing this, we would have heard about it.
Okay, question here. If this was not troll involvement, then who recorded the tape?
There's no tapes of him. There's
no. The recording you're showing me.
Yeah.
Where did this come from if it was in troll involvement? Because I'm pretty sure he didn't say this himself.
No, so listen. This thing with the 30 by 14, that's troll involvement. We've seen no evidence from anyone of the previous 2 kids they sent us.
Marty, is there somebody in the back?
We're aware they do exist.
Well, it's Tyler. He's very anti-Tibbs. He's very anti-Tibbs, and I think.
Yeah, we don't need that bullshit here. I'm trying to have it.
I think he's got some info that needs to be seen.
Well, what is it?
Tyler and Marks like to dox me a lot, so I imagine it might be that.
Yeah, there's no, only people that deserve it, and I don't think Tibbs does. I haven't seen anything, and I would need to take like a full, thorough look, and it's, so he has a doll. So what? I don't care about that. I really don't. I mean, that's perfectly fine. There's no victim there. It's, you know what I mean? Like, who can possibly be harmed? It's an inanimate object. So I understand what group he runs with. I know they've tormented Tibbs, I think unfairly for a long time, and I think it only muddle things personally.
I'm gonna tell you guys a story at some point about one particular bully named Braden Benton.
Well,
God, you have no idea how much the family hates that guy.
Probably deservedly so.
Oh yeah, he faked messages. He slandered the family. He put their daughter, who is an underage minor, in harm's way with sexually faked messages as well. That could be something, because that came from cinemas, but somehow it was also from Braden, which is another thing entirely. Then there was the whole thing about trying to have the house condemned. We found out that he was the one who not only violated many things in our house.
Who's Braden?
Oh, so
Braden
VGC.
Benton.
Okay, so let's finish this one out. And then there's even more evidence before the trolls even got involved.
He was the one who sold their daughter acid. and alcohol.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, so look, I drank underage.
I was wrong
I don't know
in doing that
if
because,
you,
like I said,
you ever did. If not, that's it's neither here nor there.
nowadays,
Sure, from what
like
I
something
hear,
that a lot of people
they
don't
press charges
understand
on
is
him for
that
including the daughter in those messages.
Okay, yeah. So look,
He
I
may not
understand.
realize it. He may not realize it, but that little fuck actually destroyed his whole life. Because the father of the 16-year-old daughter actually found out that he had been faking messages and making hate pages about their family. And then he pressed charges.
Okay,
From what
yeah.
I hear, Braden Benton is a dead man. Even his own family doesn't want nothing to do with him.
All right, no, that's great. That's
when you
Might
when you
be related to
pose
the whole
as
Tyler thing.
a 14-year-old genuinely already
Okay.
you're honest, you're being dishonest with yourself ultimately. Like you're not
Let's take a look at this right
What
now.
up, guys? It's Chance. I
Before the trolls became part of the equation.
seriously am in need of your guys' help right now, like really badly.
How old was he in this?
So I'm going to
This is in 2018 before he was trolled.
invite all of you that I can to watch this because I need help. Like bad. Like this is not a joke. Like
So unless there's a video of him doing something with a child, there is just going to be. This is before the trolls. This is.
I don't think that you should ever show that because that would be extremely criminal. But if that video ever existed, you'd be able to show that to the police. But what I'm curious is how old was he in this video? Just out of curiosity.
He would be about 27.
I didn't do.
Looks completely different.
I seriously need.
Sure, he's aged a lot.
Your guys' in
a short period of time.
Help on this.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Oh, he's typing. I was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, sorry, man. I thought I was muted.
You're good.
Hey, what's up to whoever's watching, man? Whoever's watching, I need help. Like, this is legit, for real. Like, I need fucking help. I don't know how to put it. Except, long story short, this girl named Diana Erica on Facebook added me. All right, she's good friends with my buddy Paul. Very good friends. And I thought maybe he had sent her over, my way to talk to me. Whatever. Well, me and her got to talking, got to know each other really well. We got to liking each other. Well, we did certain things on FaceTime because she wanted to FaceTime with me. So, we did what any normal couple would do because she's in Texas, I'm here. And so, just normal couple type shit. Well, this girl wanted money out of me. I didn't have it. I told her, I was like, I can raise the money within a week. Let me know. I can raise the money within a week. And that wasn't good enough for her. And I kept on trying for hours to, talk to her and be like, look, give me more time. Well, this girl went off. And little did I know that when me and her were doing those certain things on FaceTime, she was fucking recording the video. And when I told her that I'm not going to take this shit anymore, that I want her number so we can work out a deal, she went and posted the video up on Vimeo. If you guys don't know what Vimeo is, it's just like YouTube and it's just as big. She went and posted a video of me up on fucking Vimeo.
Revenge porn.
And wow. I can tell you the guys that
let's just keep watching.
Title right off the bat. Chance Wilkins wins in a webcam before an
heightened sense of alert.
It says right here, Chance Wilkins wins in webcam before an 8-year-old girl. What happens for him and for her family when clearly this girl is not 8 years old? She is much older. Like, she's a lot older than 8 years old.
So here's what I'll say, and if I'm being critically honest, that if this was between somebody that he thought was an adult, then if it's an adult trying to portray him as a child predator, and they're clearly above age, then that's not cool. I don't think extorting a disabled guy for money is cool either.
Well, I'm looking at this on two levels. I think that is very much a possibility here. But I also will note that it's also possible that a underage person, probably between the ages of 15 to 17, it's very common that people do this nowadays. That's why you don't show your dick to anybody. And you always do charge people online when they talk to you. But it's also possible that a girl could have baited him for money, then knowing her age, could have used that to extort him even further, which is what this sounds like. Either way, it's scummy. Sure. But if she is in fact a child, that also puts him in a predicament, which is obviously where he kind of is in the wrong. Because again,
does he look like with money? Like when you see Cyrax, that guy, like looking at him there in that picture back then, would you think this guy has the ability to pay money?
Yeah.
Well, I also asked about the stupidity on the other person's part. Looking at this man, do you really think he could have? Just because you have a nice background to your house doesn't mean you have money. Which is why I think that if anything, the person extorting him, if that's what it was also a stupid move, because you should know they have the money before you extort them. That's common sense. Not that you should extort anybody, but if you're going to be that scummy, at least make sure they have the money in the first place. I mean, that would be common sense.
Sure. But so, like, wouldn't you say though that, like, I don't, even if a 15-year-old girl were to extort Cyrax for money, that would be stupid and that would be wrong. But I'd also say that, they're a kid, and let's just evaluate Cyrax. We don't know who this kid is. I'm not going to.
I don't think we should put it out there because that, again, is for law enforcement to deal with. But I'm looking at here is he hasn't specified an age, or he has specified that she was way older than 8 years old. I don't think you should try to pretend like you're 8 years old when you're clearly not, because that's just more scummy behavior on top of it all.
Okay.
But should he be showing his dick to somebody in Texas to get off? Because that's what this kind of boils down to, is what he did that was stupid to get off, regardless of what it boiled down to and who he did it with, even though, right, it looks like he may have fucked up clearly from his behavior. No, it can fucking wait. Date people in person, never date on the internet. Everyone on the internet is a dumbass these days. And usually they're looking for a paycheck or for some clout. If you're going to date people, don't fucking yank over the phone. The fuck's wrong with people?
Okay, I'll agree with you there. But so if Cyrax were to say that the girl's way older, like, but at an age that is underage, wouldn't you say that?
Well, if let's watch the video and see if he does that.
This girl's got to be at least 18. If you guys click on the link above, go to her fucking Facebook and tell me how old you guys think she looks. But this girl went and put a video of me that doesn't need to be on the fucking web.
I agree with that too.
On the fucking internet. And now it's out there for the whole fucking world to see.
So.
And honestly, what I'll do for you guys is I will be posting the video link literally in the comments. What I want you guys to do, go to Vimeo, report the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah, maybe that was stupid. I don't want to see that, man. We're not reporting that shit. That's gross. Keep that. You report that shit, man. See, that's the problem I have here. Is he says she looked at least she was at least 18. I'd want to make sure I know who I'm sending my dick to. I mean, if you're gonna really go that route, I still think that's stupid. It can wait, really. But if she's looking at least 18, first of all, make sure. Second of all, do not fucking do that shit on the line. They can extort you for that shit. It's the whole point of posting it. And number 3, do not ask your viewers to go and report it. Just do it yourself. There's so many things you could do to report that shit. Privacy.
No, I hear you. No points.
I'm not a fucking pedophile. Look up the technical term, bitch. I would be considered a pedophile, which
Okay. And you think it's a laughing matter?
Yeah, I do, because hemophile. He explained this to me in full and showed receipts for this shit. Her name was Lexi. She was an overweight
God.
girl who actually did exist. She
Well, hang
was
on,
overweight,
hang
died
hang
from
on.
complications,
Watch
and
the video then.
hemophile.
Let's just watch
A
the video.
hemoph-
Let's just watch the video. I'm sure you explain things. Let's just watch. Okay, is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technical terms is not a fucking lie. By all technical terms, I would be a hemophile, which is not a crime, not illegal.
The hell was that?
Therefore, I would not be a pedophile. A pedophile is by proper noun and proper term. A pedophile is somebody that goes after a prepubescent child, meaning somebody who is 10 years of age or under. I am not that.
As well. A pedophile is someone who preys on, or a pedophile is someone who has sex with anyone under the age of 18, regardless of hemophile or pedophile. They're all the same thing. It's still a pedophile.
Well, he's differentiating, like, because hemophile is someone who's attracted to people who are.
Well, where's the rest of this video? Because he explained this to me, and it makes perfect sense. Because she was, by nature, a hemophiliac, and he explained that he thought.
Oh my God! Okay, all right, man.
Look, I'm telling you what I was told with a lot of facts lined up with. Okay,
yeah, sure,
this video does.
Tips,
This last video had more evidence.
Have you ever written a book or anything?
Yes, twice.
You should write a book about how to, protect yourself. If you're a pedophile, and make excuses for them. Because that's what you're doing, dude. You've got every excuse in that you could come up with. You're picking every little loophole and every little argument to fucking hide behind different words and definitions and different understandings of everything, and try to.
What you're saying is, let me get this straight. What you're saying is that you think there should be a book teaching pedophiles how to defend themselves.
Yeah, you missed your calling, man. You would have made.
Yeah, you could have written it.
You know what I mean?
Why?
I think you would have been a great. I think
when I want them all to die, I want them all to die.
I think you were doing a great job defending criminals and coming up with every angle to prevent.
Marty, why would I do that? I have fun making criminals and bullies cry. For example, I never got to ask you this, but what about the raccoon that robbed you of your pizza? Because I've been wanting to ask you. Well, I heard about that recently.
There's a video. There's a video. Like, and that's a great segue.
Can I see it? This sounds like a fun video.
Yeah. Okay. There's a
Come
video.
on now. I'm a big fan of Rocket Raccoon.
It's technically an opossum. But sure.
I got robbed by a raccoon, man.
This is a possum.
Can I see this video?
Yeah, you can. It was an opossum. I just had surgery. Okay. I just had surgery.
Big deal.
I just go. Like it was the day after.
So trippy. That is fucked up, man. You have my condolences. That is a messed up thing right there.
I think they missed like a great marketing campaign. Like it's
yeah.
But I've always said Tibbs is a smart guy, he's an intelligent guy, and I do think that you missed your calling. I think you clearly would have made a great defense attorney. Getting people off of what they did.
It's not my goal. My goal is to find out the actual facts without all the bullshit mixed in between, and then make sure something gets done for once.
So as far as bullshit, saying like technically, I am only attracted to girls underage who are over 10. But
that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Well, that's what he just said.
Mm-hmm. Based on troll involvement. Again, if you remove the trolls,
no troll involvement.
Look at the police and how they responded to you in according to how they've held this guy accountable. If troll involvement has interfered nonstop, then you need to remove that. Call me a supporter or defender if you want. That's not what I'm trying to do. If you remove troll involvement,
so I understand your point. Ultimately, what would you like to see happen to Cyrax?
If he is guilty, I would like to see him fucking hanged. We aren't going to get that, but maybe he'll go to prison for it finally. Or at least be on a registry if he's guilty. If he's not, well, then at least people would fucking know the actual truth without troll involvement. So if troll involvement has been the problem, you remove it, and then Everyone knows.
So let me ask you this. I don't. He's talked about multiple children that he sent his penis to. Like, you haven't ever done that,
No, because that's stupid.
right? But he has.
With troll involvement, man.
No, but
I mean, you've even said yourself there are no child victims, no proven ones that exist to our knowledge.
There actually are. Like, I didn't see that video prior to this. I didn't recall it.
So after 4 years, I thought it was 8 years personally. That's my fuck up thing. Minimal research was wrong on some levels, clearly. But after 4 years even, and no one has been able to even use that because of trolls' involvement for the last 4 years. You remove the trolls, we can use this shit.
So let me tell you something. Like, there was a guy who I didn't do any research into. I thought he was a decent guy who was getting a bum rap. His name was Dwight Bowser. Okay.
Oh, that guy's a piece of shit. He's on my hit list, mind you.
Yeah,
he's on my fucking hit list.
Look. And honestly, like, I didn't do any research. I thought he was an all right guy, and I defended him. And I didn't. People were telling me too. They're like, "Look, he's a bad guy. Like, he's not. He is what he is." And I didn't listen. Would you be willing to listen at all, like, to any of this? Like, 'cause I don't really feel that you are.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The whole point is hearing the whole story is to hear all sides. I get a lot of bullshit from trolls, and I have learned nothing except for the fact that they are a big influence on why he was never held accountable for anything he did do wrong, including these things. So if you guys keep interfering with videos and antagonizing his family and everything else, he's never going to jail. If I remove all of you, that becomes more of a thing. He can finally be held accountable. So that's been the point.
Okay. So let's go down the list of things in your mind that Cyrax has done wrong.
I've already specified, but here we go. He showed his dick on panel. That was extremely stupid.
Well, so here, hang on. Let me correct you off the bat. Like, if it was to strike back against trolls, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it was
I do. Here's why. Because you give them more tools to keep antagonizing you. If he's right and he didn't do nothing wrong, you do not give them more tools to treat you like shit. Because it's just more feeding the trolls, the negative ones especially. It's a stupid thing. It's doing something wrong when you should be more mature about it. There is no excuse, even to retaliate. If I wanted to go and retaliate the same way, I'd be no less of a fucking moron. That's why I don't. There's better ways to handle your problems. No one needs to see your dick.
Why do you talk about Braden, whatever his name was, in April 23, if troll involvement, it will only muddle the case?
They don't have troll involvement, do they? They have one guy they will not.
They talk about them in front of an audience of trolls that opens up the door, I would say.
Well, according to what I heard, police don't really care because she's a woman. But also, last time I checked, how am I supposed to respond to constant, every single day harassment for the last 2 years? Yeah, after a while, you're getting sick of bottling it all up.
Well, like I would tell you then to get off the internet, like Chance, but
Well, anyone can be bullied off the internet. Does not mean you have to actually let people bully you off the internet. Chance, if he actually did things wrong, there's two different things. I'm being bullied because I spoke out against a child predator, and then the police didn't give a shit when the time came to do their job. That's Michigan for you. But then Chance is in Ohio, and we have hundreds of thousands of people that want him dealt with once and for all, but everyone does not seem to understand that troll involvement is why he's never been held accountable for anything. So my goal here is simple: to remove the trolls from his life, let him fuck up. When he does, let him get held accountable the right way. And none of you can taint it. And that way, it actually can be done for once. If that is the common solution.
Your goal ultimately is Cyrax's accountability legally.
If he's fucking up and the accountability leads to him going to jail for it, I mean, yeah, that'd be the point. Okay. If he's not the bad guy, accountability is, I mean, what did he do wrong? And does he get held accountable? If the troll's the reason why he's not getting held accountable, you remove them. That's the point. That's my goal.
So you're saying there needs to be another victim. Cyrax needs to,
no,
like,
you don't
groom
need a
some
victim.
Child.
Dude, you
that's
really
what
do
he do. Well, that's no, but you're saying, what do you mean project? Why would that be projecting?
Why does the victim need?
I'm saying what you're saying, dude.
Look at the long list
if there's no troll involvement, you're gonna you know,
You
opening
do
it up.
realize, I know that you're potentially retarded, okay? But do you realize he's done way more than potentially attack children?
Sure.
There's also his grandmother.
Yeah.
Let's say,
Yeah.
just level with me. Just level with me, because hey, I'm calling out like it is, because that's been always been the point, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that you guys are not involved, and he attacks his grandmother again. Again, you need to be able to. You cannot be punished until after the crime has been committed. That's how it works. You guys, as in the trolls as a whole, not trying to say you or you, I'm saying as a whole, the involvement has made that very hard to hold him accountable. So let's say he goes after his grandmother and nothing bad's going on. You guys haven't been there. Well, now he doesn't have the excuse anymore, does he? That's the point. It does not have to be a child victim. It can be anything he does.
Okay, so any victim.
Deface public property, whip out his dick in public, whatever it is he might do. We don't know.
Hit
We
a
don't
gay
know
guy
what
with
he's
a
going to do.
baseball bat.
Anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. We don't know what he's going to do, but without troll involvement, he'll actually get held accountable.
Man, Tibbs,
That's the point.
Tibbs, honestly, man, I wish I knew that troll involvement would muddle up any criminal investigations. So,
well, now we'll find out, won't we?
Well,
It's
look, I'm
worth
just saying,
a shot.
I wish I could just tell that to the FBI. You know what I mean? Like, look, I was getting
I do
trolled.
too. I really do. But see, that's
Me
the
too,
thing.
man. Me too, dude.
Might
was
as
that
well take a
simple.
chance. We might as well take a chance.
Oh.
If this is the way to solve the problem once and for all, why not give it a chance to work? I've been threatened with rape and murder and doxing nonstop just for talking to the guy. So I mean,
it's about you. It's about you then.
No, I'm saying if you guys aren't willing to give it a chance, then you have no reason to bitch if nothing ever gets done, because your ideas and your ways aren't working.
So let me ask you this simple question.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's possible that Chance Wilkins has sent his penis to a child?
I think it's possible. Considering what he said and the
Thank
things
you.
he's been doing and the things over the last 8 years, I think it's very possible. I'm saying that, you know, you
All right.
got to hold accountable. Your ideas aren't working, so I'm going to try it a different way.
Well, thank you.
No problem. By the way, thanks for sharing me that video. I actually just wanted to see.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a great video. Yeah, dude.
I think you should call that pizza place and have this be like, it's so good, even the raccoons will be willing to steal it. You know, something like that. Like maybe it could be like for like me, Marvel might want it for Rocket Raccoon or some shit. You could have a profit thing going there. I'm telling you, man. But yeah.
So good, a possum's got to steal it.
Something like that, you know. It could be a cool way to make some. I mean, everyone loves a little marketing, you know. It could be a thing. They might appreciate the idea too.
So, do you think it's possible? Like, would you have any reason to believe that's possible that I or Gigi have sent their penis pictures to a child?
If you gave reason for people to believe that, I think anything's possible.
So you're saying then the Chance is given ample evidence for you to believe it?
I think that there's always a possibility that these things are true.
Okay. But yeah, but there's nothing of the sort.
I'm saying that if he has showcased behavior to show of a malicious nature, then it's possible. But then again, anything is possible if we're being really fair here. Now, my goal here is not to side with Chance. My goal here is not to beat around the bush and act like a dipshit. My goal here is not to excuse him for the things he has done. My goal here is to find out the truth, and when it is proven without the taint of trolls being involved in the situation, and we actually have a real clear-cut picture without that filter over it anymore, we can actually hold him accountable, because then the trolls will not be his excuse and his free get out of jail free card. If he's actually guilty without their involvement, that motherfucker goes to prison if he's caught. And I will not hide that shit, because mind you, I hate child predators. What they did to me a long time ago, I have never gotten over. I want to kill them all.
But as long as you ignore it, you know, it didn't happen. So
you are a complete jackass, but it's okay. I'll excuse it, because at this point I get where you're coming from. You're like the bad cop, and Marty's the good cop, and I'm the guy.
Yeah, because I've been cool with you. I've been cool with you forever. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good cop, bad cop. That's why I let it go with this guy says.
I don't.
A lot of people don't like Cyrax. I think that's an understandable. I think that's an understandable fact. To hate me for trying to find a solution to the problem, it's whatever at this point.
What is the problem? That he's a likely child predator?
If he's a likely child predator, and the fact that trolls keep interfering in the law, so you got to remove the trolls, right? I think it's stupid that people come at me for trying to fix the problem that they want dealt with. But then again,
so essentially, like you want child predators to be held accountable. You want them to stop being trolled, so they can be held accountable.
If Cyrax is the internet's biggest,
and that's what you're doing with Cyrax.
If he's the internet's biggest problem, I'm trying to find a way to solve it entirely, once and for all. Let's say that I'm buddy trolling him right now as hard as humanly possible to find that proof, and I have to remove the trolls to find it. Fine, let's call it that if you want. Or let's say I'm genuinely convinced there's a chance that he's completely innocent.
So you say you have his email account and stuff like that. Can you prove that?
I am logged in to his email right now. In
fact, can you prove
it.
that?
Why?
Well, why not?
Just to see it's not some dead email that he doesn't use or something like that. That it's a fresh, valid, working current email.
I'd have to ask. How would you like me to prove that?
You can show it. I mean, if it's got like messages from recent times and stuff like that, and that would show.
I can do you one better. Who do you think took down N-word boy and Fed Smokers? Let's give you a hint. It wasn't him. They're convinced it was. It wasn't. It was.
Who was it? It was you.
Me. It was me.
Okay. So what does that have to do with Chance's email that you have?
Because you can only do it from his email. They were his videos. I mean, rightfully so. They did breach his copyright, and they also did openly dox and harass people, and they're both members of the 43 Rank Mateo Discord, who is totally okay with child predators.
But that doesn't prove that you have access to this email and that you're openly monitoring it.
What kind of proof do you want?
I just told you, man. Some screenshots of you and some emails in there that are recent.
I can give you the name of an email.
No, man.
I can. Something, right?
I won't tell you the whole email.
Yeah, that's okay.
Piece of it. No, it's William Gloryhole 03. That's what.
Yeah, I think I see how this is going.
Yeah.
Deuce 3 was another one who emailed him. I'm not giving you emails. I'm giving you names that are on the emails. The email address is different. So at this point, I can give you a few more if you'd like. I can even tell you what those emails said if you'd like.
So I want to ask Gigi something. Like, Gigi, you have to agree that Tibbs is a high IQ guy. He's not like a dumb guy. Yep.
Let's see. The last person who subbed to him, according to his email, was Vasco23. Let's see. Should I read you an email message from somebody? I won't.
We need to see it, man, just to prove that you really have access to it. Like you could, none of this proves anything.
What do you
like? We're showing you proof. You know what I mean?
How do you want me to show this to you?
Like, put it on screen. You have a video camera. Share your screen and get into the email. Show us. Go through a few pages. Let's see.
Why? You want me to dox his email, as you guys call it? I'm good.
It's just an email, dude. It doesn't mean anything.
You guys say that, but remember, this guy you guys wanted gone for years. I assume that a malicious behavior will follow from certain people in the community, especially when some of the assholes.
And if you're monitoring it, you could fucking protect them from whatever anybody sends, man. If anybody does end up sending anything,
you realize
you don't have to show the email. Like, it doesn't actually show the email address if you just do a very basic view of the front page and all the messages in a Gmail. Like, it doesn't show the email.
Got one for you. How do I show these? Is there a screen share option or something?
Yeah, some StreamYards, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys a screenshot from the email. It does not show his email, but it is there. This is from earlier today. How do we do this? It's been a while. Present, share screen. Let's see. Okay. Go to this, bam, and share. Can you guys see it?
No.
Backstage. Has to be
Okay.
approved. I guess. This is an email from earlier today. From his email.
Can you zoom in?
Troll.
Oh, it's a little.
I can. Give me a second. Let's see. You guys see it?
Yeah, I can't.
I can read it to you if you'd like.
Well,
YN says, "Hey, fuck nugget, did you wear out Sally's vibrator with you and your butt buddy Tibbs sucking each other off yet? Sure looks like it. Lol, 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 lol. You're a good little bitch boy, aren't you? Doing whatever fat fuck daddy Tibbs tells you to do. Woof, woof, bitch boy. Get off the internet, jump into Summit Lake."
Wow. But, I mean,
fucked up.
Yeah, this
That's
guy's
fucked
big
up.
brain. Sure.
That's fucked up.
This guy's like a high level thinker for sure. I mean, well, I mean,
there's other ones too, but that's just one.
Yeah, sure.
I do screenshot them all for evidential purposes.
Well, for what do you mean?
Well, proof of harassment. I'm rather go this from both sides. I'm not gonna play this for just one person. If the trolls want to keep harassing and targeting, then I have to document both sides of this. I do. If I document just one side, then there's bias.
I'm gonna tell you this: so are you trying to demonstrate that he is being trolled, like to police?
Harassment and trolling, yes. Now, if the trolls are removed,
oh wait, but hang on. So if your goal is to like demonstrate that he's not being okay,
I have to document the fact that people are still trying to antagonize. Once they're gone, the process works. Because then there's no troll involvement, is there? Then he runs out of the excuse. But if the trolls keep doing it, I have to look at the fact that trolls also use all the horrible things they did to him, and they did the same things to me for calling out a predator. Why did they do that to me for calling out a predator? Rank material fucked up. A lot of people in that group are completely scumbags about that shit. But why are they doing the same thing to me they did to him? It's more than just about Cyrax. I've said this. I want to know the whole story, the whole picture.
I think it's like, it's more about even anything Cyrax related. Like, I mean, I'm not. I get it. I get it.
Do you know what I'd be doing right now if I didn't have to deal with this shit ever for the last 2 years?
Living in Malibu with your soulmate?
No, I'd be playing video games quietly, peacefully. Probably a lonely loser with about 50 subs, and I'd be happy. Because video games were what made me happy. My life was shit. I know it was shit. But at least those were things that made me happy. I didn't have to deal with trolls. I wouldn't be covering this shit right now. I wouldn't be talking to you, no offense. I liked being alone in my video games. That's it.
You know what? In that regard, like, I'm sad that you're not happy, but I think you're a smart guy, and I do like you. So I guess maybe not for you, but for the silver lining for me, the world works in mysterious ways. I'm sad that your unhappiness is for my benefit, but that won't come in a malicious way. I can tell you that. Not from me. I'm sure. The people aren't going to ever leave you alone. Like, that's how it is, right?
What if they're all wiped out, though? You have to remember that this is more than just about Cyrax. This is about the internet as a whole, if you think about it. If you take Cyrax, he's one side of the battlefield.
It's never going to happen, though. As long as there's
I don't really think you understand what I'm capable of. I've done things you can't even imagine humanly possible.
Okay, well,
Did you know I took out half the state of California overnight with one good video and just the right people to send it to?
What do you mean by taking out
half the state of California? There was a company that was preying on children and abusing the disabled for profits and money. They did despicable things that most people should never be allowed to get away with.
What company
was
that?
One video. Harbor Regional Center. Statewide agency. Meant to help people with disabilities with benefits, and turns out they never helped them. They just pocketed the money and abused them for years. Then comes along this guy named Tibbs and destroys all that in a night. Wish I had done it sooner.
So I mean, like, there's not enough details here.
It's because there's nothing left. I literally wiped it out.
So how did you go about doing that?
The same way I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You guys think I'm the bad guy? Fine. It's fine. I don't care. I really don't. What I care about is solving the problem. If the internet has a real troll problem, how do you solve that problem?
Okay,
You
but
take
how
away what gives them their power.
Harbor International?
I'm not going to repeat myself.
Okay, so I was just clarifying, like, so, and letting you know that, like, I'm paying attention and very interested, like, so,
You know
like,
what you might find a lot
like,
more interesting?
what?
What do you know about the god of death, Johnny Varus? The real one.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's
Nothing.
all right. Most people don't until it's too late. I've noticed something in the last 2 years. There's something going on out there. It's fucked up. I don't know what it is. But this was a long time coming. The internet's not going to be here for much longer, you know. People say it's going to be around forever. It's going to be around for at least a lot longer than it is now. No, it's not. This is more than just about Cyrax. This is more than just about trolls.
Well, so you're saying that the internet won't be around for a while?
It won't be around much longer.
Like, that's the way that, like, information is relayed at rapid speed. Like, I can't see a world without the internet.
I can. Go back about 100 years. We didn't have it. Now, go forward about 100 years. We definitely won't have it. The internet is not the pinnacle in the entire existence of human society. Right now, you want to solve the cancer that is online, you got to look at this entire experience of what we're on right now for what it is. They called it.
Speaking of grandiose statements,
they call it the World Wide Web. Do you know why they call it that?
Because it's worldwide.
The World Wide Web. What goes on the internet never leaves.
I don't think that it has anything to do with, like, why they call it the World Wide Web.
Why do you think call it the World Wide Web?
Because it's something that connects the world wide. Like, that's just my ass take. Like, I don't.
It's all good. It's all good. Everybody has their own perspective. I get that. Well, right now, the trolls are a malicious entity online. I know that Cyrax has a history of his own bullshit online. What happens when you take two opposing forces and force them to confront each other in a way they both don't like? From what I understand, my experience, they cancel each other out. No more Cyrax, no more trolls. Especially when he's your golden nugget. And then what happens? Let's say the internet does keep going. That means I can go back to doing what I was doing that made me happy, and this time I want to deal with the bullshit. People take it as a joke now, but give it about 6 more months.
I think you're a little late, man.
That's fine. Better be late to the party than never show up at all. I'm telling you right now, all I want to be able to do is play my video games. If you want to make it hard for me, treat me like shit.
Let me ask you
be
this.
alone. They won't be around much longer.
So let me ask you this: like, I don't like playing games unless they're online against people. Like,
I like the single player experience. It gives me a chance to be alone, do what I want. I don't need the PvP. I like mod support. I like Fallout 4. I like doing my own thing. I like to pretend that I'm living another life without all the bullshit of the real world in it. Sometimes get away from the people. Sometimes that could be a nice thing. That's me.
Yeah, well, I can only speak for myself. Like, I like being the #1 party player in the world. By the way, I put up another 7 on Jumpington today. Over,
I like that.
Yeah,
it's good to be proud of that kind of stuff because it's an experience that is your own and it made you happy. That's the point of games.
It's not about. Well, I'll be honest here. It's not about being happy. It's about crushing people. You know,
it's about having. It's about having fun. Crushing people, that can be fun. Being alone in your own little world. Single player games, can be fun. We all have our own perspective of that, and that's why I respect what your take on that.
I mean, all right, fair enough. I don't know. Like, so you're saying like there's not going to be any internet news sources? Like the whole internet's going to be wiped out?
It's only a matter of time. Yeah. People don't take that seriously, but things are getting crazy out there. And mind you, there was once a world where we didn't have the internet and people were forced to touch grass. It's only a matter of time before it happens again.
Don't you think if the internet's gone, your video games will be gone too?
No, but you like single player experience.
Yes. I am totally cool with that, because if I cannot enjoy my games online, well, you guys won't be able to enjoy what you guys do either. You'll have to embrace a new way of life. And I cannot wait. Should be fun.
Okay, so you want people to troll you in real life, is what you're saying?
Well, I think that's the thing. You won't have you won't just lose the trolls though. Look at everything that's going to happen when the internet goes out. Your online banking, all the funds people are stupid enough to put onto the online. There goes all your money. How about your source of looking at the internet for all your information? There goes that. Texting and calling, you're gonna have to get off your ass and go like talk to somebody for once. Online dating, you're gonna have to actually know who you're talking to. There goes all those chance video problems right there. You want to talk about like, filing up all your emails and shit. No, you're gonna have to actually send a real mail for once. It just goes on and on. You're losing more than people realize.
Yeah, so like for another example, like instead of showing his internet or showing his penis to what he thinks are kids on the internet, he'll go out there and actually flash kids.
And then he'll get shot in real life. Think about that. It works both ways. It really does.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I kind of, I like even more. I got to be honest. I got to tell you, I think that, people are overly reliant. I can definitely say that for myself. I like where you're coming from here, Tibbs. I like where you're coming from. I don't think you'll be able to make it happen. No offense to you, but I like that you're a crusader in the cause.
My goal is a better world. That's it.
I mean, better. It's kind of subjective, but different.
Okay. Just better. Let people think whatever they think they want that mean. Whatever they think that means, let them. I know what a better world is. All predators must die. Men gotta be real men for once. Not everything needs to be online.
I just don't understand how you say all predators must die and then your fucking like chances fucking shield. Like it doesn't make any sense, man. Like your statements compared to your actions don't
involvement has tainted the entire thing.
Here's the thing,
and plus, can I kill Chance? Is that something I can legally do right now?
Well, you can bait him out to your Airbnb and punch him in the face.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Well,
the best thing I can do, but can I kill him? Is it legal for me to kill a man? Guilty of it or not?
Well, if you took down half the state of California, I don't see what, taking down a Chance.
No one died in the state of California falling, though. I'm asking you a simple question, Gigi.
I'm sure hundreds of people died if you took out half the state of California.
I'm asking you a simple question. Is it legal for me to just kill a man?
No, you got to get an Airbnb.
No, it's not. I'm asking.
Okay, I'm going to use your logic. It is if
not
the police don't arrest you.
Sense. Is it legal to kill somebody?
Well, you weren't arrested for it, so yes.
Yes or
I guess,
no?
Yes.
No, I'm asking you a straight.
The police never arrested you.
I'm not asking if I'm not caught. I'm not asking.
Well, then yes.
Get arrested.
I'm using your logic. Yes.
No, I'm asking you use the legal logic that you are aware that exists. Is it legal to just go out and kill a man, even
according to you? Yes.
Then you're a fucking idiot.
So let me ask you this. According to, and this is your justification here. If a guy is holding a sign, there's no legal justification to hit him with a baseball bat.
I think that if the police are there and they're able to do their job, you should not have the excuse. If a man's antagonizing your family, it's your job to protect your family and your home. especially when no one seems to give a shit what's going on.
What
It's
if
your
they
family.
deserve it?
If
What
they
if they
deserve
deserve
it, if they deserve it, then you're still not allowed to kill that man. But you sure as hell can whack him good.
Well, so you've been involved with like trolls for a while. Like, why don't you go out and kill April 23?
Well, there's a difference between killing and self-defense of your home and your family. Now, isn't there?
Yeah, but
Considering I'm alone.
What about
out
just
here in
whacking them
Michigan,
good? Just go whack them good, because that's legal.
if she was stupid enough to come here and antagonize me,
Huh?
considering she wants to be a man, I suppose we could have a man-to-man fight. But right now, she don't come here, which is why we don't have the excuse. Considering she's from another entire county, she has no reason to come here in the first place. That's why most likely we won't have that problem now, will we? I'm asking you, is it legal to kill a man? The simple answer is no. It's not legal to. Even though predators are protected by police a lot in life, it is a thing. The fact of the matter is, all predators must die is my ultimate hoping endgame for all of them. Right now, I think the police suck. All of them. So, if you guys can't do your job and it's given them a scapegoat for him not to get held accountable, that's why I remove all the trolls. Because then I can do it in a way that even they say, he can't get out of it this time. But then again, why is everybody so butthurt about that idea if he's so goddamn guilty?
I was just thinking about like, I just came here to talk about with Gigi about like what a Cyrax documentary would consist of, like what it would take, and it just like I'm blown away. Like, okay, you know what? Like maybe I just need to give up on it, like because it's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. Yeah,
it might. Never say never. Remember, anything's possible.
maybe
you just gotta be willing to try new things.
Yeah, like maybe doing it earlier, being more organized. I'm not, but yeah, I don't. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, it was good talking to you, Marty. I might go ahead and do some stuff, but if anything, so it's good to see you. Or talk to you,
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Tibbs. God bless.
I will let you guys know if I find anything, and if anything, I'll see you guys around.
Stay vigilant.
All right.
Good luck with all your endeavors.
I'll try.
All right, good sir.
Oh,
The documentary, it's
yeah.
maybe there need to be different hours and yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't even know, man. Like that's hard on the head, because he's just looking for any excuse to give to Cyrax. And like, I mean, if that's his goal, like it's all, I mean, which it obviously is. It's just he's just mad at whoever the fuck's trolling him, and he thinks, I'm gonna, get in people's way with this Cyrax bullshit, and then they're all gonna be really mad, and I'm gonna fucking feel good about, taking something away that the trolls enjoy. Like that's literally it. Like, he hasn't really thought it through, because like he says he doesn't want to, abuse kids or hurt kids or do all this other stuff, you know what I mean? But, at the same time, like the statements he's making would imply that would need to take place. Like, so it's a reach, man.
Keep this in mind though, like this is a guy who's taken down the entire state of California. Like maybe
That's half the state, I think.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to exaggerate.
No, any grandiose. You don't make grandiose statements.
Yeah. Oh my god, man! It's just, I don't know. I don't understand why somebody would position themselves like in front of like trying to be I don't know, like I'm gonna be Cyrax's fucking protectorate and put that out there to everybody and come online and say that, like, I'm gonna defend a fucking known internet pedophile. My name is Tibbs. Here's my channel. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I guess like.
I mean, what do they say? Any attention is good attention. So maybe that's it, right?
I don't think it's as simple as that, PG.
Well, I don't think so either. But I mean, maybe that's what he thinks.
No, that's there's no way. No, this is a guy who's got a much greater agenda than the internet. Like it's about removing the internet.
Yeah. I
So we
mean,
can do stuff.
so you could do stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not like dude. How
I mean, if the internet wasn't around, fucking, I could
Yeah.
probably do stuff too, but fucking internet, man.
well, so then you should be supportive.
I know how he feels. Like, I support him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I
get rid
hope,
of this shit so I could do stuff.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. So I don't know how Cyrax will feel about being called like a low IQ retard.
I'm sure he's okay with it as long as like somebody's like saying that they're on his side and defending him. I'm sure he'll give it a pass. You know.
You know what's sad to me is that he doesn't have enough faith and chance to speak for himself, or even with his defender.
Yeah, but Chance is like a little like baby victim, you know, to him, and like you know how Cyrax is. He loves playing that angle. He loves playing up the victim, and you know, as long as you know Tibbs will treat him like the victim, Cyrax will be happy to play that role. You know, like he doesn't need internet attention. All Cyrax needs is one person's undivided attention. Like that's why you know it's so easy for people to keep him
Or Michael
offline.
Hackey,
Like,
for example.
yeah. Like all that one, you know, if he can get one person's undivided attention, he won't come online for anything. Like, but
What do you think
know?
is more likely for Tibbs to turn against Cyrax or Cyrax to turn against Tibbs?
Cyrax is going to turn against Tibbs. I see it coming, and it won't be even probably like long, maybe a couple months, you know, tops. But like,
You think that long?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm probably like being way too optimistic on that. It's probably like a week, you know.
You want when you say optimistic, it's almost like you
Well,
want.
I mean optimistic as in like, you know, looking at it from their angle, but you know what I mean, like giving them credit on the timeline, you know, optimistic outlook. But you know, as far as our optimism goes, like you know, shorter would be, you know, the way to describe that, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it'll take long, honestly. Like it won't take long. Cyrax is gonna get something in his head that Tibbs is buddy trolling him or fucking him over or stealing something from him.
Tibbs, I don't like. Tibbs said that you know it's possible that Cyrax could be a child predator based off of things that he's seen.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, there's no point in pushing that because there'll just be some other people that occupy his time and keep him away.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. I know. That's why, you know, it's really kind of like whatever at this point, you know, like go and hang out with them if that's what you're, you know, if you're gonna do. I mean, it'll just be funny to see how it folds. Like, might actually be some content worth paying attention to.
Well, you might not have enjoyed it, but I do. He's an interesting guy. Interesting enough? No, and again, I don't think that Tibbs is a bad guy. And I'm tired of the whole Cyrax game, anyways. I just want to tell the story properly and move on to other things. You know?
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Well, I get it. I don't even like. I haven't even watched any Cyrax either. I don't know what he's doing. I don't even care. Like it's. I don't know, man. The group that came in with the, you know, the weird attitude, the MF goons and all those fucking idiots, man. They just sucked the life out of the whole thing, man. Like, you know, says a lot about like somebody who could do that. You know what I mean? Like, but they did it. You know.
I'm gonna watch 5 minutes of this 50-minute video, and then I'm gonna watch the rest tomorrow. Keith Jorgensen wearing a hitman.
You want some jack off material, bitch?
You're the one asking to see what another
he's twacked out.
Man looks like a little bitch
because
faggot.
You're a fucking fake. You're fake just like Marty and all the Muller bitches.
How am I fake? I'm sitting right here talking to you. You pussy. You fucking homeless piece of shit.
When they come up, nigga. When you actually come up where I'm at.
I was over by you when you asked me to, and then when you fucking ran like a little bitch.
Don't lie to me. Duh. Don't lie.
Duh. Just duh. Is that your mating call? Who
what?
are you? I'm William Gloria. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Huh?
I'm your worst fucking nightmare, you piece
No,
of shit.
you ain't. So, well, you
I love William.
come over here and let's see who the fuck.
I was already in your neighborhood and you ran and hid like a little coward.
No, you weren't, bitch. Don't lie to me.
I was. When you asked me to come meet you by your gay motel.
What motel? Huh?
The same one that Chris.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think any motels are gayer than others, but that's probably not true. You know?
Still hung out at. The gay one. I don't remember the name of it.
The gay one.
Yeah, you fuck.
Not yet. You're an idiot. There's no talking to you. You're so stupid.
Get the fuck
You're
up.
so stupid. Hey, what happened to your teeth?
South Cedar, bitch.
What happened to your teeth, man? Did you lose your teeth sucking too many dicks?
No, I lost my teeth doing meth. Fuck off, bitch.
You're sucking dick for meth is what you did.
No, the fuck I didn't.
You're an ignorant fuck. You know that?
You're ignorant fuck, so shut the fuck up.
Why are you abusing your grandpa, man? That's not cool.
You know what? Why don't you stop sucking your old man's dick, bitch?
Oh, the old comeback style, man.
Yeah. He's really feeling adversarial. You know, you don't see this side of William too much. You know, he's a lot more polished. Yeah.
I'm not abusing my grandpa, fucktard.
Yeah, you are.
No,
You're
the fuck
abusing
I
him.
ain't.
Yeah, you are. You're what?
Oh.
Are you deaf or just stupid?
How the fuck do you think I am, bitch? Don't be treating like me like I'm my goddamn sister. I'll fuck you up.
Well, I'm no one scared of your dumb, retarded, toothless ass.
I don't give a fuck I'm toothless. But bitch, you don't have the balls to come over here.
Dude,
you really don't.
I've already been over there and you fucking ran like a pussy. I'm not coming back over there.
My birds are over here too. Fuck up, you weren't over here.
What are you gonna show me your little fake?
I'm ending this in 6 minutes regardless, Melky. This is the last opportunity. The very last. Okay, Melky. So come correct. You understand how organizational hierarchies work. If you're a member of a club, you have to apologize to Gigi for thinking that the Hells Angels are a gang. You don't have to admit that they're a gang. But you have to, okay, very quickly. Hello.
I'm fucking here. Who the fuck? Ernie, what the fuck is that cocksucker saying about it?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure.
Who the fuck is that you're putting up with there, right? It can't fucking take it. That's a fucking trailer park garage.
Yeah. He's a piece of work. He's a piece of work.
Listen, you little homeless, go fuck off. I respect.
All right. So I mean, okay, I do like you. I do respect you. Gigi feels disrespected. I'm hoping you guys can resolve this. I'm hoping here. It would be ideal if you could.
I don't feel disrespect by no. We're done. I'm over that shit.
Okay. Well, I never. Okay. Gigi feels like.
I'm in your stream, Murdy. I'm fucking vibrate watching this fucking cocksucker.
Fair enough. So, can you blame Gigi for thinking that the Hells Angels are a gang? Okay. Well,
I mean, I think that says it all right there.
Yep.
I'll accept that. I'm cool with that. I appreciate it, Malky.
You're welcome. He's a fucking little goat, man.
Oh.
I couldn't. I'm sitting there vibrating, watching your stream, and I'm like, no, I got to get in there, buddy. Fuck that little piece of shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's that guy's a weirdo.
So, Gigi, you're going to send him to the rat bucket?
Well, no, I'm going to hold off on the rat bucket.
Well, then,
but,
you're good, Malky. Then you're good. It was Gigi's call. Yeah.
No, Malky
send him in the rat bucket. Yeah, we got the rat bucket. Look, we got that rat bucket. Tell him I got the rat bucket for him.
Yeah, Keith got the rat bucket.
Yep, Keith got the rat bucket. Somebody's got to go to the rat bucket. You know,
I think Tibbs got the rat bucket too, honestly.
I got that fucking rat bucket for you, you little goof.
Yep.
I got the rat bucket for you, you little bitch.
What about the crab trap?
Ooh, the crab trap. Yeah. Fucking crabs can eat a lot, man. You wouldn't believe how fucking much crabs can eat. It's crazy. Those fuckers
crab
will
traps
eat.
work good, bye.
Yeah. Yeah, they work really good.
It was me. Yes, bye. It's not a listen, it's not a fucking dead body. If it goes in a crab trap, it's only a missing person.
Yep. That's a fact.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they fall in the crab trap and
crabs. Got that right.
You know where you heard the crab trap from?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's wild, man. The ocean's a fucking wild place. Like, shit out there will fucking eat you up. Especially the little bugs and little crabs and all that little fucking bullshit, man. Sea lice, like sea lice, dude. Poof. Them little fuckers. Like crabs are even afraid of them. But I could talk about fishing forever. Nobody wants to hear me talk about fishing.
Right now, listen, I see where fucking crabs do and lobsters and everything like that there. Guess what, they don't need nothing.
No, he's right. They don't. But yeah, Malky's a fisherman too, I guess. So, you know, I'm sure Malky knows all about it.
When we first heard about the crab trap, Vanessa.
Fish for years. I fished for years. Fish for years.
Malky, why is your internet so shitty? What's up with that, man? What's wrong with your internet?
Fuck. I got no fucking power. I'm dealing with storm here.
Okay. What, you got that windstorm? Did you get hit with that wind the other day or something? Did you get hit with a wind storm?
We got 30 centimeters down right now, man.
Oh shit.
And high winds.
Yeah.
Got hit with everything. Buying my power there, guys. I got no internet, right? So I'm going on data.
Fuck, I don't know. We don't have any snow.
My light. That's my light right there. Using a laptop for light.
Damn.
Shit, you got nothing. And that's going to die soon too.
You got a generator?
No.
You don't got a generator?
Fucking freezing here, man.
You got a wood stove?
No, bro.
Though.
I went over to fucking next door neighbors. You would open the fucking door. I almost put the fucking door in.
You got a wood stove in there, though.
I got a wood. I'm gonna light it in a minute. I'm gonna light it, but I got no. I'm gonna light it right now. Watch this. Can you see me, guys?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah. I don't know why there's so much lag.
I got a little wood. I broke my fucking headboard up. I just smashed my bed to fuck to get wood.
Holy shit. You're burning your bed.
I burned my fucking bed. Yeah, my froze, bro. I'm fucking broke. Watch this off. I like the goddamn.
That's wild.
Damn.
Is that like good long-term thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. If it's long-term thinking, but survival, man.
You gotta strive the now before you worry about tomorrow.
There we go. Watch. I like to fucking dig. Oh, I got a wood stove. I got a jam with wood, but I got no fan. I got no fan. Watch how red the fucking stove got. Watch. I'll show you a fucking hillbilly. Watch.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm glad you
light that shit up, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. There's no point in holding grudges against this shit.
It blows me mind. I'm trying to talk to you guys.
I know, Malky. This is painful, man. Yeah, this is painful, Malky. It's like
Darren right. It's called survival, mate.
Yeah.
I'm froze, man. I'm fucking serious. I'm fucking cold.
Hell yeah.
My internet
But-
sucks by right now. So
I know, man. This like I don't know if it's your
watch
plan.
how
or
red the stove
something, but-
gets. Watch this. Watch
Alright,
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy now. Watch.
Let's
Okay.
go.
What the fucking fire door? Watch. Brr. Fucking cold, man.
All right,
My
light it up.
stove is. I started the stove. Bird, right, watch, suckers, watch, I'll show you. Oh, fucking right, hillbilly woodland, watch up.
Only if you want to. I mean,
Yeah. Like don't do
Watch
it
how
just for
red this
us.
fucking stove's gonna get, bite. Yeah, got that fucking right. Watch me, watch it. That's crazy now, Kiko. Watch that. My headboard's in there, look.
Don't you have trees?
Come
To
on,
cut
now,
down?
dude.
There's no wood? Why don't you have any wood?
My fucking
What did
headboard's
you-
in there.
Yeah, but where's your wood pile? How come you don't get a
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Lots of wood in there, by look. I cracked my
Okay,
fucking
I get it.
headboard up.
The headboard's just the
I
kindling.
break that fucking top. I broke the fucking headboard up, look. Lots of wood in there. She's bad, bites.
What is it, oak?
Still
Or
Benny
is it like
Woodland.
pine? Fucking Tibbs wore me out, man. I feel like just
Yeah, I'm
fucking
sleepy. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm actually like.
Oh yeah. Old school. Oh yeah, it's old. It's old school old too, mate. Really old.
Well, Malky, I admire your resourcefulness. I'm out of cigarettes.
What are you gonna do, Marty? I'm froze. Look, Marty, look.
Yep. All right, Malky, I gotta go, man. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys later. All right, thank